Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the show today. Very happy to have you here for Bugbear's Basement. This is IMPERIOUS number 14, I do believe. So we are carrying along in this campaign world, I think we're having a lot of fun. It's quite different run, but what a better place to do it than on the YouTubes. Nevertheless, I'm going to go over here and hit that like and share button. Hopefully, you guys will too. So, everybody knows we're on. But whilst I do that, I will ask a question to our co DM over here. Hello, Mr. Bill.
Hey,
Hey, I watched me something yesterday that was suggested to me to be watched, and therefore I watched it. Mm. It was the new Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Have you seen that yet?
no, you
Anybody
like
here?
it?
What's
Adrian was talking
cyberpunk?
about that.
Fair
Was
enough.
that who suggested it to you?
No,
I have not.
Adrian and Thundero did. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious who in the chat might have watched it already. I think it's quite popular. I will say that it's very Japanese, very Japanese. Uh, and I'm not necessarily in a good way. But um, I don't know. I give it a 6.5, I guess. It's better than a lot of the nonsense we get these days, though. So
Out of out of what? 10?
10, yeah.
Huh. Is that a Netflix
It is, but it's not.
property?
They had nothing to do in its creation. It's Studio Trigger. It's pure Japanese, pure. In every sense of the way possible, it is Japanese. But in good and bad. I would say that it's very low budget, but they hide it well, which is good. Um, I don't know. I was just curious. My wife and I watched it yesterday, and she got bored with it pretty quick. But one of the things that I don't like about Japan, and because there's more to like than not like here, right? In general, Japanese do civilization properly, so it's all good. But one of the things I really don't like is the fatalism of the Japanese. I don't like it.
Hmm.
And this show
Well,
is
you
a perfect
know,
perfect example.
So it's very tropey.
It is very Japanese. I mean, that's the really thing I can say about it. The fatalism of the Japanese is 100% on display. Because see, in America, our heroes they find a way to save the day, get the girl, and walk into the sunset. You see,
Yeah, but cyberpunk is very dystopian. It's all over.
exactly.
Society has already failed. So it's kind of that's what you get with cyberpunk.
I suppose, but
So,
to the nth degree. Hmm?
yeah, yeah. Well, to the point where it's not enjoyable. That's not
That's
very good.
that's my point, to the point that it's
Yeah.
not enjoyable. Because, if I'm gonna critique it as simply a show, like I said, I give it 6.5. It's pretty good. They do a good job on every front. Um, well, they did obviously it was a lower budget. I didn't care for the music very much at all, really. But I think it's standard good old storytelling. But I figured one or two of you guys have watched it, but you haven't. That's okay.
Or, I don't know. Were the characters engaging? Did you root for anybody, or is it just
Well,
you're
yeah, no, there
playing
was
server?
definitely they fleshed several of the characters out quite well. But and one of them, the protagonist you're supposed to root for, they fleshed out the best, which is the way you're supposed to do it. But in the end, there's no one to root for because it's pure Japanese fatalism.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of
yeah, I got rid of
it's
my Netflix a while ago, so I haven't watched anything on there. But
Yeah, fair enough. There are other ways to find things, but that's why I just
that
figured
is
one
true.
one or two of you guys would here particularly would have watched it. But I'll talk about it next week on the show where we talk about shit like that. But anyway, how you doing, GOP?
Oh, I'm just peachy. Good times all around.
Good times all around. Goodness gracious, I just started. All right, okay, fine. Bill, take over for a second, please. God damn it.
okay.
Sorry, I
So
just
even though it's been a few weeks since we've played, We had a little hiccup the other week and kind of have to bounce around a little bit between schedules. But regardless, we're all here now. It's the year 2929, and we're all descendants of, what was it, the mutant legacy of this wonderful cavalcade of cosmic opera. And during tonight's episode, we'll see what happens when a 21-year-old player drinks Crown Royal behind the scenes. So if you do find that Tower has been muted, it's because of me. But that's okay.
Wait, did you mute me?
Not yet.
Not yet. Oh, then I'm not trying hard enough. Shit, my bad.
I know. Bottoms up.
I'm thinking Jack and Coke, original number 7. That might be better.
Sounds like a rookie mistake, but that's all right. But next,
Then teach me, oh fucking master.
retired. Thanks you. So we last had our adventure. We had just commandeered a ancient artifact that had was like a massive power source. I wouldn't say alien technology, but otherworldly, prehistory technology.
I mean, it was alien, but it was ancient. You know.
It's a beyond
Ancient
alien,
alien.
because
Uh-oh.
ancient
Yes.
aliens. Yeah. There you
I'm
go.
doing the hand thing, and my hair is all a mess right now. But
Oh, that dude.
You know, aliens.
yeah.
Yeah, you know, the good thing is it got people curious about the past, though. I mean, it wasn't all bad.
I enjoyed History Channel when there was actual historical programming on the channel.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Oh
in
my
decades.
God! I'm sitting here trying to interrupt everybody and tell David's in chat. But
Hi,
I was
Dave.
muted.
He says,
Yes,
knock,
you were.
knock, knock. Sorry about that. I had to. Okay. Hopefully, I won't be disturbed again.
Oh, you're
I'm
disturbed
still.
enough already.
That's fair.
Hey,
That's fair.
I did a lot of that last night too.
Let's see if it gets any better.
What?
Not
Okay,
important.
Yeah, whatever.
It'll be all right.
Okay.
It'll be all right. So let me go ahead and bring my page up here, and let's go ahead.
Can you guys hear me any better?
We can. Yes.
Is that way better than it usually is?
No.
A lot louder.
No.
It's a lot clearer. Yeah.
Yeah, I put it on Bluetooth earbuds because I forgot you cannot use an aux cord with a Samsung anymore.
Oh, well, good to know. Anyway, so let's go ahead, and I think we warmed up. I think my secretary has been sent back to her room. Okay. So I won't be bothered again. But then again, it's not her fault. My wife called. Damn it. You can't tell the wife, I'll get back to you. That's the problem with the wives. You know?
Good thing I don't have one.
Yeah, well, yeah, give it time. Nevertheless, because they always get you in the end, Tower. They always get you in the end.
My money's my money, and I'll always love my money.
Does he speak English, GOP, or
Yes, I do.
Oh, you do.
Occasionally.
You're just not listening hard enough, eh?
You are definitely mumbling, sir. Anyway, let's move on. So, okay, here we go. This is, of course, Imperious. We've been running this this is the 14th episode. And during the time, we've certainly fleshed out this world fairly well, I think. And, of course, our characters. Our characters are all part of the Octian Empire. They were originally legionnaires. And they retired themselves onto the planet Transaegis. Transaegis is important because it literally sits at a juncture point that goes into a new part of space that's actually quite old part of space, but it's given the Octian Empire a huge leg up on the other 4 empires. Nevertheless, They even though they were on this planet, in particular in the city of Tyre for quite a while, and they do have contacts. They have a base here in this city. They are currently not on this city though, or in this on this planet whatsoever. They're actually on the planet of Lamstat 3. And on this planet, they found a bunch of salvaging going on. This planet, particularly, has a lot of ancient technology, which is something that the party has leaned themselves into. That because there are many options they could have done, but working for the IIS, is it IIA? IIA. They have kind of leaned into finding and reporting on ancient technologies, which is kind of an important thing for the secret services of the Octian Empire. Nevertheless, this planet is full of it. And they had just finished a little mission where they went down and because there had been a slew of weird radiation burns from miners in a particular area, particularly amongst the argon drop. And they went to investigate what that was, and they found the problem was a machine, which these kind of, you know, rock biter type things had dug a hole and opened it up, and it was leaking out. Its exhaust creates radiation burns, but also negativity. But in this device that they found, and they made a deal, no combat, by the way. They made a deal and have worked out to own this area and to, well, we don't know what they're going to do with it. But the thing that they understand from this particularly this Faustine researcher, Palance, that this device is what creates the kind of soothing peace and calm that is in this region of the planet. So it's kind of an important device, you would think. Um, so that's that. They found the heart of it as well. But one thing that they did find at the end of it was kind of interesting. They had been being ghosted by an IA agent, Yender Cole, and that's where we left off. They were in the chamber, and that I had just showed you right here. I'll show it again. And in this chamber right now, they are. The party is here. Yender Cole is here, as well as the researcher. So let's pick up exactly where we left off. Go ahead.
Okay. So we had agreed to give him a percentage of the cut, and we had also
We agreed to
Let him
do a
continue to study
checkup
it.
on him first to see if he's trustworthy before we agreed to cut him into anything.
Right, and
He
and Uncle Banjo. Don't forget Uncle Banjo.
yes. No, I didn't forget Uncle Banjo. I
Uncle
mean,
Banjo's been paid. He's out of the picture. Hopefully.
Yeah, but still, his people need to be medically given some medical stuff. I know.
Okay.
Stop talking medical.
well,
No,
you
you're good.
can always go and check out his people. Like, I mean, we're down here right now,
No,
so
no, no. Every time I separate from you guys, I lose everything. So forget
That
it.
is true. That is true. But keep in mind that you understand that as long as you guys seal that hole, or more than likely gate that hole, right?
hmm
You will be able to stop the negative effect. And yeah, just that had already been established. So
Right. We need to
So
do a some kind of pressurized, like two sealant doors where you pass through.
something like that. Yeah. And you got an engineer right here, so easy to get done.
Yeah.
yeah.
well, while we have Yender present,
Yeah.
let's use his resources here. So Agent Cole, if we could have you for a side here for a minute away from prying eyes and ears. I'd like to see what we could find out about this astrophysicist, whatever. I'm sorry, his name. I'm not looking at my notepad here. Because he seems to have quite
PAL,
an incredible affinity for this technology. But before we let him have access to it, I kind of like to know what you have on him, what information you have on him, and if there's anything that would ensure his loyalty or disqualify him from participating in this exercise.
Well, he looks it up. He does have much higher clearance than you do. Excuse me.
Which you did
And
go up one thing
you guys did go
at
up.
the end.
You're level 3 now.
Yeah.
But he's like level 10. But he says that he is registered. He is a researcher for Faustian Enterprises off and on. He's more of a subcontractor. He is originally from the Helnix consortium. Shock. But they don't have much information on him really beyond that.
So he's a security risk then.
Don't know.
Not having enough information on him makes him a
I
security
mean,
risk.
I kind of look at it as I would assume the IIA is probably interested in this piece of technology too. So if they wanted to,
Yeah, obviously.
yeah. So what I'm saying is,
Maybe they debrief him for a while and then.
Well, no, I mean have them work. Obviously, have them work in tandem with the IIA, or have Palance work in tandem with the IA agents who would come here and look over this thing. So the IIA would essentially be keeping an eye on him for us as they both work together on this project and see what they can utilize this technology for or learn about it or what have you.
Well, Yender pops in to the conversation. He says, "Well, this device seemingly, because you keep in mind he's been shadowing you, so it's not like he knew about this before you knew about it, right? He's learning the same time you are, right?
Yeah.
And he says that this device is obviously important for this area, so it's not something that should be dismantled or removed. He thinks, right? Now he's not. He's like a field level authority. He's not a boss, right? But that's his general thinking on the matter. And he says that probably the best thing to do would be to just sell it to the IIA and let us deal with it.
Oh, well, I wouldn't be against that at all.
Well, that's what I was wondering too, because really to have them involved would give up our autonomy on this property and how involved we want to be in this in the beginning, to begin
Yeah,
with.
he's not forcing you to do anything. He just makes a suggestion, and he does say that he does have the authority to make those kind of decisions. And he looks at his, well, he's looking at something on his pad, and he says, "Yeah, I think we probably compensate you 1,000,000 credits for this property."
I was thinking it's probably worth more like 50 million.
It's a lot.
I mean, not to
He
be
doesn't.
rude at
He
It's
all.
a
may, and
profit margin. It's all a business.
it might well be Bill, but he doesn't have the authority to spend that kind of money.
Yeah, so let's have that determination, because if we look at it, the potential for infinite, inexhaustible Z-force or zero point energy is
Well,
How about
painful for the Empire.
I will make an engineering roll, please, since you've already been dealing with it and such. We'll make this a CR7.
Okay. Which automatically drops
21?
it to 5 with my skill set. And to a 4 with my asset.
12.
And then a 3 with GOP special skill. Use once a day, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
9.
Let's see. And then so it's that 0 point energy engineering, intelligence, assessing. Okay, so that's at 9. Oh shit. I'll drop a point and make it. I mean, this is where it gets silly, right?
It is. This is the problem with the Cypher system. Out of
So
combat.
maybe we should have some kind of ruling about what you can burn on pool, because there's no consequence to me to burn pool because I'm not in combat.
we would have to house rule that. Yeah.
I thought the whole point of having a certain amount of effort you can spend is the limitation. Like the fact that you can increase your effort to, like, let's say mine's 3 right now, so I can
Right.
spend, I can basically put 3 effort on any
Well,
roll.
you're right. Yeah,
Well,
because there's
the
only
crowd,
so
our audience, excuse me, our audience did say we should ask for $1 million each.
yeah, but
Oh, no, that's not that many.
that's a different
That's
conversation. We'll get back to that. But no, that you're right,
sorry, Dave.
GOP. That's the limitation they put on you. You can only spend so much effort on a single roll anyway. Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
You're
so
right.
if I were to take my 3 effort that I have and spend that, then I'm down to a level 1,
No, you're down
which
to
is
0.
7 to 4. Oh yeah, huh? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so anyway, with all that done, so seven is your cherry spot. Okay, so try to remember that. Now, by looking around this place, and you've only been in here for a short time, but just by looking at it, it functions on 0 point energy, obviously, but it's not about 0 point energy at all. This place is nothing to do. It's a completely different technology you don't even recognize. 0 point energy is fueling it, but that's the extent of the 0 point energy involvement in this facility.
It's catalyst, and then it's manipulated and turned into something
Nope,
completely different.
nope.
No.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying,
Okay.
it's the battery that is, light putting the lights on is of course 0 point energy, because that's what this culture did. But that's it. It's just it has nothing to do with the technology here. This is not a zero
Okay.
point energy place.
No. So the functionality of this is still yet to be determined.
Right.
What it
Right.
does
Exactly. Yeah.
entirely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I could maybe negotiate to, on top of getting the million.
50 million.
Maybe I
50
don't think
million.
I can. Might be able to negotiate and get a little bit more. I'm not
Oh
going to get
yeah.
50 million
It's
out
well
of.
worth it.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying.
Do it.
I
I mean,
mean,
if I'm being
realistic.
ridiculous, I guess I'm ridiculous, but I don't
But
want
what
to make
I
it a point. I don't want to make it slow down tonight either for me being ridiculous. So,
what I
a
might
million
I
is
agree
definitely
with Bill though.
being shortchanged for what it's, just for what it can. I don't know. How about let's.
I can try negotiating for 2. I probably will get somewhere in between. But I'll see what I can
Why
do.
don't you find out what Professor Hawking thinks it's worth?
Although what I would also suggest is perhaps if we get the money and then I negotiate to at least give you continued access so you can maybe figure out more about this place and who knows, maybe utilize some of what you learn as a potential future uh, way to improve the ship or and do any number of things with the technological knowledge you learned from this.
Okay, let me solve the situation in a few
Yeah.
seconds. How about that?
Okay. That's
You guys go about your thing. Lady goes and starts. She goes to Tower to assist her, and she helps the people down here. You guys start to get that hole plugged, because you need to do that, and that's what Bill needs to do mainly. So she's doing her thing. With Tower's helping. You're a GOP, you're helping Bill do that, and over the course of a week, you're able to get that installed, and Yender is able to communicate with the headquarters on Octian Prime, and he has more information and knows what he's supposed to do. And during that period, Bill, you actually spent quite a bit of time talking to Palance. Now, because you're down there, you're working, and Palance. One thing you notice about him, he doesn't. He's still got his guards, but actually they're more other than the taskmaster. They're more laborers, is what he uses them for. But
Mhm.
you notice this guy, he's a pure scientist. He doesn't ever mention politics ever. He's just on and on and on about it. He's absolutely obsessed with this place and trying to understand how it works. How is this affecting you know, mental continuity over such a large area amongst the you know, a disperse a type of minds. Because keep in mind, there's quite a few different type of aliens in here, and it's affecting them too, right? So
Mhm.
that's
Hmm.
his focus. He's all about that. He's not political, and he's quite a hard worker. Actually, he's obsessed with it. Right? He's not insane. He's not a mad scientist, but his focus is the science. And is the and during those conversations, you learn from him that whatever this device is doing, its sole purpose is to keep peace in the valley. Doesn't know why.
Holy crap! It's it's mind control on a planetary scale.
Well, no, no, no.
Oh,
Within the valley.
yeah.
Oh,
within the
within the
valley,
valley.
and it's more emotional than mind control.
Yeah, and it's quite
Oh,
different. It is emotional, right? It's more empathic. Whereas
Does he?
Golgath has some kind of pull, which he uses those spores for, right?
Yeah.
Over his people, but that is more of pure devotion, right? This is not that. This is more innocuous. This is simply calm,
It's subtle, soothing, like
calmness. Yeah.
background noise or kind of thing.
well, here's a question I have about that then. Is this the only setting it has, or could it be used in some other manner?
Yeah, you are there with him. He hasn't found anything for any settings or adjustments. It's a closed system, which has been, you know, he's only been here a week, right? Well, now two, but
Mhm.
or was it? Yeah, I think it was a week. Yeah. So he hasn't found any kind of controlling mechanisms at all. It's almost as if it's a locked system, which is what is slowing him down, really.
Yeah. Um, but I talked to him about like the what do you think the potential of this, value of this technology is worth? I'm trying to figure out ways to negotiate
Yeah, no, I
with
understand. Um,
Paul.
Well, this guy is actually very honest. You know, he hasn't lied to you once, right? He's
Hmm.
just a scientist that happens. You don't know. You learn a little bit about him. He was born in the Hellenics Consortium, which when during your conversations, he doesn't seem to have much affinity or respect for. He doesn't seem to like the way they do business. But it is what it is. He's practical at the same time. But
Yeah.
as far as to your point, he says that he doesn't think it's worth anything.
Well, he did want 20%, so I would assume he would have some perception of its value.
Well, he said that he mainly that was simply because he wanted to keep working and studying it, but he doesn't think there's any value at all. I mean, unless you want to pacify a population, I suppose.
Well, I mean, the IAA is working on it. They are a government agency.
Well, actually,
That's
you run into Yender around here like a couple of times, but other than that, there are no IAA here. There will be if you turn it over to them, but he's not. He's also
yeah.
not pestering you either. But no, Palance doesn't think this has much value at all because all it
Well, I'm
does is
just
it make people calm. It doesn't even affect. It isn't even in such an extreme way. It's very subtle.
well. Okay, here's my thought, like, because I've been around governments long enough to understand that, like, oh, a device that can make people calm and passive. Let's say there's a
Subtly
riot.
calm, right? It's
Yeah,
very subtle.
subtly, yes. But what I'm saying is, like, let's say you're going through some sort of a crisis, and you could just flip the switch on one of these things in a city, and all of a sudden the populace is content.
Yeah.
Like,
This
what government wouldn't want that?
No, of course you're right. This conversation irritates him though.
No, no,
He doesn't like
I'm not saying this
he
to
doesn't
him.
care for politics.
Yeah,
But
but
no, of course you're right. There is value for a government, but that's the point. It is governmental important. It's not business important.
yeah.
Therefore, the value.
Well, I'm I'm sure the IA would figure that out though. But I'm gonna basically just get the negotiations over with. I'm gonna roll for it and see what I hopefully I can get a better deal than what he's offering.
Go ahead.
Uh,
Let's
what
see.
sort of a
Um, I'm put this at mid level, about 6.
all right? Well, I automatically get it then.
All right, that's fine.
But I'll roll anyways just to see if I get high, and if I roll a 1, then I'm screwed. I rolled a 10.
All
Okay.
right. Um, yeah, they're willing to give you 1.5 for it.
Okay.
And he
That
says
sounds
that
good.
they would definitely send a team over here to assist Palance and see if there's any further value in it. But beyond simply being an alien artifact, which is important to the IIA, they don't seem to have much interest in it. Well,
Okay.
that's what Cole tells you.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Bill, if you want to mark that down, the party gets 1.2, and then we give the other 300,000 to Palance.
Yeah.
That's what we agreed upon. So,
And
and
he's quite
then
ecstatic about that.
and then yeah, basically we make sure that the hillbilly what's his name, Uncle Banjo. We make sure that he knows, like, 20% of anything that him and the miners get, that's his and all that. So they can just kind of be left alone as long as they don't disturb the main chamber. Then they're free to do what they like.
Yeah, no, that's because you guys did buy that area, right? So
Yeah.
and then of
We're
course
just
Cole is fine with
we're
that.
just we're just lease it out to him
Yeah,
for
the IAA will
20% of
take
his.
care of that. Yeah, yeah, because they're literally just mining. So okay, so we wrap that up, and IAA, excuse me, does send a the agency. I'll just start saying that. The agency sends a team, a scientific team, in to assist Palance and kind of see what's what with this. However, at the end of the week. And do keep in mind, as far as time goes, where are we? Because you guys do get paid every month, and I think we just did that. So I guess we're what, 2 weeks into? So we're halfway through the month right now. Okay, good. But you guys are sitting up in your ship. You guys bought a berth, right? You bought that, and you guys are sitting on the ship, and Yender, knocks, rings the bell, or however that you enter your ship, and he comes in and he has a conversation. You guys have been talking to him quite a bit over this week, and he seems like a normal dude, not so different from yourself. He's ex-military, just like you, but he comes in and he says, the legate wants to speak to you.
Oh boy,
All
Are
right.
we going
good
to
old
get a
buddy.
live feed, or is this going to be delayed?
No, you're getting a live
Yeah.
feed. I've already said this, lady, for just
Oh,
my own sanity, because I'm already kind of juggling a lot of pots here. There's instant communication across the universe. I'm not doing that. Okay, fine.
okay.
So yes, you get a live feed, and he comes up. You guys are sitting in the galley, and you bring him up on the galley feed, and you have a conversation. Now, Leggett says, excuse me, hello, of course, and welcome. Seems like you guys have found some interesting things, and thank you for communicating and working with the agency, yada, 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 right? And
Right.
then he says that uh, Cole tells me that you've purchased some property there, beyond that quick thinking negotiation that you were able to perform. But you've bought other properties, and you are working on this. He actually looks down at a monitor. Zero Z cells, 0 point energy.
Yes, sir. That's
Yes.
correct.
And how is that going for you?
Very fast.
Yeah, pretty well. I've quite a good understanding of 0 point energy and how to utilize it and contain it. And I'm currently developing batteries for it right now and portable energy source.
Hmm.
Sir,
For,
it made our ship faster than it ever was. As a pilot, it's some impressive shit. You should invest in it highly.
He says that we are aware of this energy and its potential, of course, but a lot of it is coming out of this planet, and he actually is speaking quite frankly with you here. And he says that because Cole is the one that initiated this communication, by the way, and the first thing Leggett said was he looked at Cole and he asked, "Is this secure?" And he said, "Yes, sir." So he is speaking very frankly with you, and he says that he's not 100% sure, but he feels that uh, the Empire allowing what's going on this planet is intentional to have 0 point energy come into play. He thinks this. He makes it very clear that this is not information. This is his opinion, right?
Mhm.
And he, he's not sure why the Empire wouldn't just simply seize all those kind of things, but they're making a play. He thinks, and he's very comfortable speaking in front of Yender, by the way, and
Noted.
so that is what it is as far as that goes. But you getting into the market and with your engineering skills, able to do what you do. That's a very good thing for you, but it's also, I think, a good thing for us. However, I would make a request.
Please.
He says that I've been told you've acquired more property than the little cell shop that you were running.
Yes,
Yes.
there's a yeah. It's a decently large chunk of area. Obviously, much more room than just the energy production.
Yeah, no, you're using like not even 10% of the space. So he says that because this sector is because you guys are in sector 7 and this is supposed to be quarantined, prohibited, right? Supposed to be. Therefore, any kind of open involvement from the empire in that sector would be troublesome. However, I would very much like to have a base on that planet.
Okay.
Are we talking like a physical base on the planet, or are you going to give us a destroyer to orbit the planet?
I
Wow,
I
think
think
you're
it's more
really
like
not listening, Tower. Yeah.
I
we
am.
have
What's
more
the
like an
base?
undercover type
a
of base.
a
Uh,
yeah, a base of
Covert.
operation.
okay.
I'm sorry, I should have put in of
Alright.
operation. I apologize. But
Okay.
Shadow base, whatever.
and he says that I don't want to interfere in your business whatsoever, but we would certainly be appreciative if you would allow some of that space to be used for covert operations. And in order to do that, it would require some kind of front. What do you think about this suggestion?
Well, I think it's very important that that's done, sir. I mean, the Faustians have an entire city on this planet right now.
They do, and this is troublesome to me. And he begins to talk about the empire, meaning the government, and he stops himself. He's frustrated. He doesn't under because they're clearly not communicating with them, right? Or at least he's not. Now he's a pretty high level dude. He's in charge of Trans Aegis, which is not nothing, right? But he's not the the boss of bosses within the IIA, obviously, right? But he's a little bit frustrated. He doesn't understand the play that the Empire is doing here. It seems, but nevertheless, he's continuing to do his job, and therefore he asks you, what do you think would make? You've been there for a few weeks now. What would you think would be a good front to utilize that property you have?
Well, I
I'm
would
gonna kill
say
Tower if he says whorehouse.
Oh
during
my god.
A bar.
considering the
No, don't think from the main
nature
bar.
of the businesses here, mining supplies.
Well,
You,
there are no
Why not a
generals.
refuel? Hey, why not a refueling station if we're producing 0 point energy?
Well,
No, we already
They can't
have.
be down to where we're at.
one at a
We're in
time,
sector 7.
please. One at
Okay.
a time. Let's go with Tower. What do you say there, Tower?
So we're producing 0 point energy. Why don't we make it like a refueling station?
Well, you've
Because
already
then it would
kind of
be.
well, you're already kind of doing that in a way, Tower. Keep in mind you're inside, literally at the center area of the inside of the building, so you're nowhere near the port. However, your Z cell business is in essence that already. Yeah. GOP.
Okay, well, I mean, there is no general store here that sells, whatever people need.
Oh,
It's usually just
there are tons of little places like that, little
oh,
vendors,
okay.
little things like that. Yeah, yeah.
Well, you were saying people coming in. It was mostly just whatever ships came in with was
and then you
was the
salvage what you needed from there.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like actually
S-
having like an
No,
established.
yeah, no, that's true. There isn't that. There isn't a full-on established store. True. Mining supplies as well kind of functions in the same way, Bill. There's lots of little vendors and a lot of them are kind of moving along. It's not, they don't even necessarily have storefronts per se. The place does get supplied. But however, there isn't like this like kind of mega store supply general store. There isn't that. That's true.
Yeah, or I mean, we could lean into the weapons side too, but I don't because remember there isn't really a place that sells that
Yeah,
around
but this
here.
place is not very weapon oriented for obvious reasons. They're one, they're miners, and two, the pacification field.
Well, and
Well,
I would kind of
I
avoid anything that would give you the attention you don't want to deal with. So
well, I think the general like I would vote on like a general storefront, something where it's a one stop shop kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that's not a bad
And
idea. Yeah. Lady,
I'm
lady.
trying to think of something. I'm trying to think of something they don't have here. I know you covered something previously. I'm trying to remember what it was.
Oh,
Because you don't want to bring something in there. You don't want to be a bar because that take
Can
away
be an
from the main
arcade.
business area.
well, there already is a big bar. Anyway,
Right.
there's a really
So you
big
don't
one.
really need that. What is
Um,
the food source for it? They don't have no oh hell. It's the
You could open a bowling
cargo
alley.
cargo. No one personally coming, no company that comes here bringing cargo for anybody.
well,
What is it called?
being the doctor, being a doctor over there, you do have a little bit of insight to this, because you've dealt with some of these people in the clinic, right?
Right.
um, this place is it's been up for 7 years, right? And
Mhm.
it's becoming town like, right? They've already kind of created their council because of a need for it. But when to make something a town isn't just you declare it that way. It's how things come together, and therefore it's about people filling niches and supplying things. So there are hunters. There are farmers on the surface that are farming. There are plenty of people who have created services to fill a need. The tavern, of course, has food. There are little. This is kind of a kiosk-run place, is really what it comes down to, because it hasn't fully evolved into a full village or town. Well, this would be a town. It hasn't fully evolved. It's on the edge of it, right? So all those little
Right.
things that you guys are talking about, they are all here. it's just not incorporated. You know what I mean?
We could also run a repair shop, like just general repair.
Well,
That's another.
the ports are full of such things, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
All their medical stuff is scattered. I mean, look, they're
Yeah,
full.
but
They're
you
good
do work in the
operations, but
yeah, but you
yeah,
work there. You're right, but the hospital you are in, that's an actual functioning hospital because of the need. The work here
yeah,
requires it. That's one of the most established buildings or structures in the pyramid is the actual hospital.
it's the only one
Well, I
though.
would
It's
say,
very established. Yeah.
something like a PX exchange where you would have access to all the sundries that are necessary in one location, as well as food sources, and then be able to trade with farmers and be able to have support the agrarian culture and have their their supply go to whoever is looking, depends on the food, um, and then throw in an eatery as well, like a night, so
Mhm.
the only option isn't just the bar.
we could
um,
make a burrito shop.
Yeah, no, right,
so
right, right.
you do
No,
need, yeah,
you can
you need
get
a franchise
Diner Express. You can get your own little Diner Express out
franchise,
here. That's right.
yeah,
Um,
or franchise one of
you
those. But I'm
franchise
sure
one of
all
those,
those
yeah.
are
You
those.
can
That's when we
sell
find out.
burritos.
That's when we find out that the IIA actually does franchise.
The
Yeah, right,
IIA
right, right.
secretly runs it.
Yes.
It's
All right, no,
But
okay,
I,
well that's too good. So that is the
okay.
truth. We found the truth. There it is. The
Uh
IA
huh.
actually controls Diner Express, but which is perfect. But okay. So we're going to go with a general type of store to supply, but make it a central, fully incorporated process. All right.
And
So
I,
so
I recommend before we move on from this too, if I can make a deal with the IIA to help us get a steady stream of supplies, so we're not just dealing with random traders, but that'd be part of the deal. Like we basically build it as they send people in, disguised as traders to bring in supplies, and then they can operate out from the back of it to do whatever they need to do.
and he instantly agrees with that, of course. And another thing he suggests, because they will assist with construction as far as off-world. He literally air quotes off-world laborers to assist with that, which of course are going to be agency members. But he also suggests that you might want to, because keep in mind this whole time he's not trying to take your business over. Matter of fact, he's making you money, is what he's doing, right?
well,
But
he is.
he
We
suggests, and they're going to actually cover a lot of the costs of the remodeling, by the way, right? But he suggests that you might want to buy a surface location. Because the farms there, Cole has reported, are getting larger and larger, and being able to supply modern farming tech would be certainly a valuable move for you, but it also would give us an open surface location that wasn't locked inside that pyramid.
well, then we'd need a greenery. Would be probably pretty appropriate.
Well, no, that's not
So
what he's saying. He's saying like selling
Is
farming equipment, not farming.
yeah,
no,
I'm
the
fine with
granary means all the farmers come to us too.
Oh, is that what you call that?
Yeah,
Oh,
A granary?
no,
It's granary or greenery?
I wasn't
granary.
a granary.
That's
Granary.
where
Okay, a granary. Oh, that's it's his bad English. I see. I was never a part of 4F, so I don't know this shit.
That's 4-H.
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
well, he doesn't know. He
Yeah.
was never part of it.
Yeah, that was.
Um,
Well,
I'm glad they caught the
it
joke,
is
GOP.
FFA
Okay,
too. So
Yeah.
it's like shing. Okay, fine.
yeah.
All
Well,
right.
I'm down with opening another
well, we
location.
can always put in a salon. She flips her hair back when she says that.
There you
That
go.
could be
Well,
a
you're
a
all
mini
hair,
thing.
though. You're literally all hair.
No, I
Yeah.
got bone structure underneath here. I'm a woman.
I don't
She
know
gonna
about
argue with
that.
him over there.
I'm not sure about that. I thought you were just hair.
Anyways, That's fine. We can get a surface location as well. So we'll have the shop inside, inside the pyramid, and we'll also get a shop outside the pyramid to handle farming equipment.
And
Okay.
That's
we just need to make sure our
Inside
obligations.
or outside the valley, though?
well, it'd still be in the
No, no, of
valley. It's
course in
just
the
it'd be
valley,
outside the
obviously,
pyramid.
because
In
that's
the
what you're
valley.
dealing with. Yeah. But all right, let me do a little shopkeeping so we can get past this quickly here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So right now, Bill, you have all your financial data. You are the quartermaster, so you have all the information. So
Mhm.
currently, right now, what are the money making the positive line items that the team has right now?
Well, there's the sale of the recharge, or which was, I mean, we did 90K. It went in a month for the Omega recharge
Right,
station,
and
which
and
is what we
and
call
that's
that.
the number I gave you, that it's 90,000 a month profit.
Yeah,
Okay, because I was just giving profit and assuming that I was just giving profit, so you're actually making more, but it covers cost, right?
yeah, and I
What
don't. Yeah, I want to worry
I
about
didn't give you many. I didn't give you many outgoing line items, did I?
that. No, no, we
No, so
didn't
I
concern
kept it all.
ourselves with that.
Okay, I did it that way. Well, what's just the efficient way? Okay, so we got 90,000 a month. What else?
There was then, let's see, we're doing 45K income as a group. So the other influx would be another 4,500 just from our group tithing to
Oh no, I don't want
our
that. I don't
pool.
care about that. That's a separate issue. I'm talking about business.
Oh, well, that's it right
That's it.
now.
Okay,
It's just,
okay, good, good, good.
yeah.
All right. So I just want to make sure I had, because I'm just kind of letting you keep track of it, right? All right. So just to kind of get this done so we can move on to something else. This is a major endeavor. It's going to take time, but that's all right. You guys, because well, we just passed the time, right? And everyone's on board getting this involved. And lady, you're working over at the clinic quite a bit. And that's your main thing, and it's good to have you there. It's actually very good for the people here, but it's also good for the group and the information you can gather, because you are a point of information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to span just simply 3 months. So you guys get all of your income. And what is your income at currently?
Before the 3 months had passed, it's 1.4.
No, 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 no. Um,
No, what did you say?
what is your salary? You guys get 3 months of
Oh,
salary. I'm starting at
15.
the
10,
bottom.
10,000.
10,000 a month. So
15,
everyone gets 30 grand.
That's
no, it's
15K. Yeah,
15,000.
Also,
So
okay,
it's
so
45.
everyone gets 45 grand,
right.
and your 10%, you guys deal with that. So yeah. So everyone gets 40, 50. And so just do the math on that, Bill. But
Yeah.
everyone gets, so you get your pay, okay. You also, which this is purely just goes to team finances. You get that 270,000, okay. Now that we have a kind of general balance over there, Bill, to buy the property, and they do assist you, but I'm gonna say that your overall cost of remodeling and buying a big property and building on that property, all that stuff with agency assistance, is 500,000.
Okay.
Now, where does that leave you?
Just a second.
Oh, and I'd also like to buy
Yeah,
a.
I'm going to get into individual stuff in a minute. Let me
Okay,
one thing at a time, dude. My
all right,
brain is melting.
that's
Yeah, I'm going
understandable.
slow too. I've already had a full day of work. So hold on. All right. So we were at 170 mil. What was that? Was that 1.7? So 1.2 essentially is where we're at now.
Okay, that's what you have in profit. Good, good, good. All right, so now let's establish what kind of money this would be. Very popular place because it is very convenient. It's not gonna cover the entirety of the valley's needs, but it is going to be it's a Walmart, and people like their Walmarts. And the farming supply actually is probably going to kick off even more, because they've been frustrated with being able to get equipment. So it's actually, the Legate's suggestion was a very, very wise one. So what do you guys think? What kind of profit would a literal box store, because that's what you're opening, a box
What
store
was my profit? Oh,
for
well, a
supplies,
box store.
and a full on, grain supply, farming equipment supply center. So we're basically opening in essence, a Walmart and a whatever the farming version of that is. Once again, I've never
Arm
been part
Fleet.
of 4T. I don't really know
Wait,
the stuff very well.
Big R,
Yeah.
Arm and Fleet.
It's probably can do over 100K a day.
I was gonna say, how many people are in the colony?
day. Yeah, I don't think it's that big of a colony.
There are
Yeah, how many
thousands,
people?
though. There are thousands.
Yeah, but that
Uh,
equipment, one new tractor can be up to 300,000.
yeah, no, I know.
No.
But I
Are
want
they?
to make it more reasonable. This is very frontier.
Yeah,
So
they
I'm
can't
looking
afford
for a
the expensive
monthly
stuff.
number is what I'm trying to put together. So
Now, is there space inflation?
no, there isn't. So
There's not. Okay.
let's
Hold on,
say,
I can nail it down. I can get you the annual income for a Walmart out in the sticks with
okay,
It's
let
my
not
him
a
do that.
direct conversion.
All right, no, let Bill do that.
Choose
Let
the one
Bill
in Rhode Island.
let
Choose the Walmart in Rhode Island.
let Bill do that. So let me go around the board there and see what you guys want to do in that month. I'll come back to Bill at the end. Tower, you have 3 months that is passing. You are busy helping, but you do have free time to spend money or to do some extra things, of course. So in that time, would you like to do anything?
Uh, yeah.
Okay.
I so I'm good at fighting, right?
Well, yeah, but
Martial arts, combat.
keep in mind, you do have character arcs, right?
Hmm.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Which
This
Well,
will end. Oh, okay.
I don't know how to word this, but I could do a character arc. Help and teach them. We want to make a fleet, right? But
Well, you
you
do.
want to do
Yeah,
that, you
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
get.
yeah.
Well, I want to make a fleet, and to make a fleet, I have to have a crew. So to have a crew, I have to get good with the locals. So let's just
Sure.
say, over the period of time, I'm teaching some locals how to fly aircrafts. Hey, you getting some more people up in the sky, using the kite as a training.
So, okay, so you got yourself a little pilot testing business, I guess, going on. Fine. Um, and I see your alternative motives. Now, how much money do you have banked right now, Tower?
I had given pretty much everything to Bill, so I only had I think
well,
I had like 4 or 5 grand in my pocket.
Oh
Let me.
no,
you
I
should
need to
have
find it.
whoa, dude, you should have tens of
you should have a
thousands
lot
of
more.
dollars.
Oh,
You just for the last 3 months, you should have 45K.
Yeah, no,
shit! I
he
didn't
should be
add. Yeah,
closer
I
to a
didn't.
hundred
My
thousand,
bad.
dude.
I didn't add that. Okay,
Yeah, you
it's
should.
fine.
Yeah.
Well, like for
Yeah,
instance, Tower.
45
No,
plus.
hold on a second, Tower. This kind of well, it's a role playing thing, I guess. Yeah, I get it. So GOP, how much money are you sitting on right now?
Well, I'm sitting on a decent chunk individually just because I had all that money I
Just tell me
earned
the
from my
number, dude.
camping.
I mean, what the hell?
154,000. Sorry,
Thank
my bad.
you,
One hundred
lady. How much
fifty-four
money
thousand.
are you sitting on right now?
Without being paid from the hospital for the 3 months, I got
No, with
60.
everything. With everything.
Yeah,
What are you
with
sitting
everything.
on right now?
Hang on. 72,900.
I
Okay.
didn't add the
No,
number we
I
just
know.
got. That was my bad.
I know. Yeah. And Bill, what are you sitting on right now, personally?
He's got too many numbers in his head.
It's around 100,
Okay. So let
120.
let's say that you're unwise with money, Tower. So we'll say you're sitting on 60,000. So write down 60,000 credits that you personally own. Okay, write that down
Okay,
somewhere, please, Tower.
all right, got myself a pencil.
Good. Good. Okay.
It's
So.
it's number 2, by the way.
Mhm.
60K with a K. Alrighty.
All right. Okay. So you are trying to train pilots because you want to make friends and you're looking for possibly having pilots to your dream of having a fleet. So good. Where you're working on that. Lady. other than working in the clinic and doing what you're doing and making 3 months of profit, is there anything extra
This
you would like to
Ugh.
do?
this this business would end our entrepreneur internship. Well, is it called internship?
Enterprise.
Enterprise arc,
Probably,
right?
I would think it would. Yes, I would think it would. Yeah, I would.
So we'll add 4 more points of XP for finishing up that arc.
So 4 more points. With the when my thoughts were wandering into the area of creating another ability
Uh huh.
about dampening people's emotions, like the thing does. So I'm trying to figure my way into doing more something like that. I
So
mean,
some kind of
building a
empathy
tower like
control.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you have
Uh,
the system in the book, so just go ahead and do that.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. I'm fine with that. But yeah, no, if you guys, whoever has the Enterprise character arc, I would assume it's probably done by now.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's finished. So finish it up. We should have only had 4 points left to get. So
Okay, so
add those
everyone
four
picks up
points.
4 XP over that. That's good. That's
Which
good.
is going to bring me to tier 4.
Okay. And Lady is working on personally improving herself, and she has points to spend on it. So awesome. Rock on. GOP.
Okay, so I know that the main people in this pyramid have properties kind of on the edge of the pyramid. So I'm going to get myself a nice big property, like big for like a house, so like a decent sized manor kind of size of property. One of the
Mm-hmm.
And then I am going to throw a party to finish up my establishment uh,
Oh, I see.
uh,
Okay, okay.
arc.
So in the beginning of it, you look for a place and you get some local construction workers to do the thing. I'll be nice and say that you're able to speak to hold on a second, let me find him real quick. This
You
guy, yeah.
opening up a whorehouse.
You're able to speak to Hilburn, and he actually, he's starting to like you guys because you're bringing enterprise and you're bringing a corporation, and that's moving toward a town, and that's what he wants. If you find you've seen that very clearly. He wants this place to be a town, right? And he helps you out, and after it's all said and done, we'll say that costs you 150,000.
150,000. All
Yep.
right, that's well. I'm running pretty dry after that, but I get to finish an arc. So, well,
Yeah,
can
and
I
you also.
negotiate along the way to try and like nickel and
No,
dime my way
that
through?
is the nickel and dime
Okay,
number. Yes.
all
I
right.
mean, because that could have easily cost you $1 million.
Okay, well, you know what? I got a nice big property in this place,
You
and
do. It's
and I
sparsely furnished at the time, but it is finished. And the construction work is just fine. And by the end of it, we'll role play that after this is done, real quick. Bill, what's
yeah,
that? What's that number?
Well, the average Walmart in the U.S. does 213,000 a month.
All right, so that's right along what I was thinking. So since this is Frontier and stuff, let's call that a one. Let's call that 150. With costs and all that kind of stuff, so that brings you up to 200. Well, let's just round it out. You guys are making a profit of 250,000 a month. How's that? Easy number.
Yeah.
and that's the money that's going back into the group fund, so we can
That
get
is
bigger stuff with
right.
that.
That's after
Well,
that's pure profit. That's net profit. And of course, during that time, a bunch of agents come in. They help actually helping you guys with various things, but they've also integrated themselves into the. They have their own little space at the back of the interior complex, as well as they actually have you built a little port alongside the farming supplies area for landing. Of course, you would do that for supplies, and they're
Also buy
they're
some land.
they also have a compound inside there that they're using. So all done. All right. So
well, what
whew,
I would spend my money on is converting some of our space into housing.
well, most of that has just been taken up, so you would have to buy more space, but you do have money.
I'll let you sleep in one of my guest rooms.
No, I mean housing. I'm going to charge IAA rent.
Okay, so that's a side project you want to have going on. No, that's fine.
Yeah, but
You want to build housing during that
but I
period.
don't. Yeah, but I don't want to go down that trail right now.
Okay,
It's
so no.
killing me.
Okay, fine. So
But
let's
yeah, it
just
makes total sense. I've got
uh,
the money to do it. You can use the group funds and then automatically turn double that for us.
yeah,
So
probably yeah. But let's one thing at a time. All right, it's only three
let's say
months.
I spend, say spend, well, yeah, we spend $1 million on housing and converting like proper area, buying area and converting it into housing inside
Holy
this
holy shit.
massive thing.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll have some fun.
All right, fine. God, math. All right. So, so you
We'll have
spend a
someone else
million
doing it.
dollars. Lady, let me get this done, please. I'm trying desperately to move this along. You spend $1 million on building some housing. Is this on the surface or is this inside the pyramid?
Which is whatever I can afford, I guess. I mean, would we want it inside the pyramid? Sure,
That
inside the
would be
pyramid.
more expensive. It would be cheaper to do it on the surface.
But I can charge more rent inside the pyramid. So
Okay, fine. So let's say that for that money, with the fact that you can get cheap space inside of here and have it, we'll say, toward the eastern side where most of the miners would rent anyway. So let's say that you're able to build for that. Jesus Christ, you're able to build 20 units.
20 housing units. Okay.
Yes, 20 housing units. You can, in this place, you can earn off of those, we'll say 10,000 credits a month.
So how about we just do 1,000 credits a month for 20?
No, I
Is
just
that what
said
you're saying?
10,000 credits total.
Oh, so they're 500 a month. Okay, no
Yeah,
problem.
that makes sense, right? So, and that's pure profit on the back end. So 10,000 a month, and of course it's an investment, but years down the road it will pay itself off.
Yep.
Whew. All right.
Okay.
Are we done now?
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
I've
Right
got the
now,
nicest manor in town.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Okay, that's
Mm,
one of the nicest.
No, it's probably
Maybe not the
no.
it's
nicest.
the worst.
Oh well,
Yeah.
it's got charm.
It's the tackiest,
It is. It
gaudiest
is.
place
It
in
is. That's
fucking
what
the
it is.
entire.
Pink.
Yeah.
But
Uh
it's okay. You're
all
not
right,
making
but
350 a month.
that's fine. You guys are making money. So we got all that money done. And you guys this is entrepreneur the game. But anyway, at the end of that period, the legate has communicated a couple more times during that period, but he has put Yender Cole in charge of all operations on Lamstat 3. Okay, so Yender is is handling all of that, right? Because keep in mind, you guys do have rank. Oh, by the way, you are rank 4 now. You do gain renown for helping out, so you're rank 4. You gain 100 renown, so you're rank 4. So write that down. But
How much are we making then?
20.
20,000.
Goes
Okay.
up.
So you guys do get paid. You're paid very, very well. But also your expectations are increasing, right? However, at the end of that time, GOP, what is your name? Maximus Aurelius. What is your name?
My name is Mars Sterling.
Oh,
I
I
am
was
the
close.
proud
I was
owner of
close.
the Sterling Manor.
Yes, the Sterling Manor. He throws a party and he spends a 1,000 credits on it. Write that down.
Okay.
Okay. It is as well as you can cater here, and he invites all the to-dos people as well as you. He actually invites the team, shockingly. And you guys are having a
Go
big old
pro.
party. Now, GOP is going to have to role play this because he's trying to finish a character arc. So, GOP, you go ahead. I don't have a picture for your pyramid manor. I apologize. So I'll just leave it here on the Wormwood base, and I'm going to go put the water on boil. So go ahead, GOP. You're in charge.
Well, I wine and dine like a. I mean, I could roll for it, but I'm gonna wine and dine. I bring in all the big wigs throughout the throughout the pyramid, and I schmooze. I
Yep.
schmooze so hard.
You got
You
Bowman
know,
there, who's probably
everybody.
super jealous.
Yeah, right. I mean, like, it might not be the nicest house, but I am the best host that one could ever imagine. I am
Free
just that
flowing
charismatic.
alcohol.
Yeah, it's great. Everyone is gonna have a wonderful time. I make sure no bullshit. Well, I mean there is no bullshit because everyone's all happy.
Here. Oh, that's
So
true.
yeah, I mean I just throw one hell of a party. I mean the hors d'oeuvres. Oh my god, the hors d'oeuvres. They are splendid, just sublime. Hors d'oeuvres like you would never imagine you could get on a pyramid out in the middle of nowhere. But I make it work because I'm a pretty decent cook, and I know
Plus, we got
I know.
access to a farm now.
Yes, we've got all the things we need to throw the perfect party. Maybe I have Bill come juggle.
Don't you dare, GOP.
I don't even
Don't
go.
you?
I know. It's just part of their tricks.
Are you calling me a trained monkey? Oh,
Well,
Oh.
there's now schism in the team.
if the
Ooh.
wrench fits.
So actually, I thought he was building a whorehouse personally.
Oh my gosh, he said if the wrench.
Where's you, GOP? Tower's not
well,
saying a thing. Is he drinking?
I don't know, but this isn't this isn't the place that.
Yes, to answer your question, yes, and I'm trying to spare you the pain.
The only problem is that this isn't the sort of place that I would be able to practice my craft. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to do the whole escort thing. I mean, I'm available. People are aware that I'm a
Get back on
professional
get back on task.
companion.
Get back on task. There you go. You're horrible.
Well,
You're
no,
part-
I've got the everyone knows I'm a licensed companion, but this isn't the sort of place where you're going to find a lot of that. Right now, anyways. Eventually, probably, but not at the moment. So, if some high class broad wants to come through my door, she's welcome. It's always open, unless there's a sock on the knob. Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, no, that's I schmooze up with all the bigwigs, and
I get tired sooner or later and leave.
Aw.
Go see what Bill's up to.
Aw. During this party, and like I said, he spent 1,000 credits on catering it, so it's pretty good. I will ask each of you what you might be doing role playing wise at this party, because GOP is correct. All the to dos have shown up here, and matter of fact, GOP, we'll start with you. Um, During the party, Hilburn comes up to you with a group of people behind. Now, you know this more than the rest of the party because, you being you. This is the council, the entire council, right? There are 9 of them, right? And they come up to you, and you've been schmoozing with them. And during the conversation, Hilburn, because Hilburn is kind of the de facto leader here, right? And he says they're very, very pleased with how much investment you've put into their little community here, and they're very thankful for it. And they have decided that one of their members, and they look at this rather old lady, is going to step down, and they're offering to fill her seat. He acts as if it's just something was happening anyway, right? You
Mm-hmm.
don't know. You sense that the she was asked to step down, though. With your skills, I don't need a role, right? But they are offering that seat to you, GOP.
Yeah.
Well,
You hear the
I'm
sound of the
certainly
balloon as his head gets
right. Right? Yeah, exactly. Well, I'm flattered. Truly. Um, can you tell me more about what the council does exactly, yeah, I mean, I would assume I would know some things by now because we've been here a while.
You
But
do. You do. You guys have been here several months now, half a year, right?
so like, what are the sort of duties that's I would have if I joined up with the council?
Well, they meet every quarter, and beyond that, they come together for emergencies. But mainly, what they do is they keep the peace, and they coordinate with any kind of off-world interactions that need a council to do so. Most things here are done by the independents, and there's a lot of little, small level business men here. Everyone, in a way, is a contractor, right? And
Mm-hmm.
but anything that's kind of big, they deal with. Which, to be honest, during your conversations, are not there haven't been many, right? So most of their responsibility is simply keeping the peace. Hilburn himself acts as like kind of a de facto. Not only is the de facto mayor, he's also kind of like the judge. So if there's any kind of dispute that cannot be worked out amongst themselves, they'll come to Hilburn, and he will, or the council itself, and they will make a decision, and it seems to be fairly binding. So it's not a lot of work, but there are some small responsibilities. It's more of an honorific, really, because Hilburn does
Yeah,
most of the day to day.
yeah, because my character wouldn't show it, but he would be like, "Oh no, they're actually going to make me do work," kind of thing. But no, he knows the responsibility of the gig, and he understands that this would actually be very useful for the party to have a position
And the
in power
agency as well. Yes,
and the agency. Yes,
yes.
so I humbly accept their offer.
Oh, well, that's nice. And they're very happy, and they say that their upcoming meeting is a month away, because they do meet every quarter, and they'll be looking forward to talking to you. And of course, I don't know that I'm going to role play it, but each member is going to want to kind of worm your ear a little bit over the next month. I'm sure, right?
I would
But
assume.
Yeah, you would assume. However, the this place is really more about person to person deals anyway. Like I said, it's not actually a town yet, right?
But it
But
will be.
it will be. It will be. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. Going into the future, and even though it's odd that we are playing entrepreneurship, the game, it's realistic though, because you guys are retired legionnaires and you would be looking to make your life, and so it makes sense actually.
Mm-hmm.
But We are going to move along from that. So what else did I need to know about you finishing a character arc in here, just for my information?
Oh, my end or anybody else? Because I
I'm
just
dealing with you right now. Yeah.
okay. That was the end of my establishment arc.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
yeah, so I got 4 points from that, and
Oh,
that's
sweet.
over. So yeah, so I have 2 open spots.
Nice, and that's good. So you can think about that, but also look what looks like we're going to have some major leveling here, which I'm going to deal with in a minute. My water is boiling, so I'm going to grab that real quick, but I'm going to go to Bill next. So be ready.
All right. Well, that turned out well.
I got nothing. Wow, what did I have for arcs? Ah, shit.
You already did the entrepreneur thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we already.
Seems like we did that several times personally.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I don't think we could get it double for just because we opened up 2 businesses at once. I doubt he would have let us get away with that. Um,
I want to go explore some more, guys. Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I do too. I just I
That's
want to.
why I didn't want you to take the job on as a thing. You know, like that's going to tie us to this planet, possibly. You know,
Well,
through
eventually,
this planet.
what we can do is we can just hire out the responsibility and be like the owners essentially. But
Or who
right
you going to
now
have a
we're still
spokesperson
establishment.
in the council for you or something like that?
Well, I mean, I can always sit down if I need to, or we could always. I mean, I really
Travel
I can
halfway
do
across the
remote.
council where you can have a sniff, scratch and sniff the butt.
Yeah.
Beanie.
I
Well,
can,
I wasn't
I can do all
intending
sorts of
that
stuff.
to really impact the gameplay much at all.
Yeah, it's just more of a nice bonus that we
It,
have that.
it makes sense too, because you guys, these are a lot of poor farmers. They deal with a lot of poor farmers, and that's fair enough. That's what this place is. But have someone come actually drop some money, and you're clearly the diplomat, is why they went to you. But anyway,
Yeah.
Bill, during this party, do you do anything interesting, or you just simply eat the food?
Um, well, I show up late.
Of course, yes,
Um,
No leave early.
fashionably, yes.
well, I really had to weigh even going. I was pretty busy on creating my 0 point cannons, arm cannons.
All right, yeah, those things. Oh God.
Um, but no, I'll arrive. I definitely always am up to using any kind of social function as an opportunity for recon to know the environment well. So I'll make sure that I have all the faces down of the council, everyone who comes in to the party,
Hmm.
and try and pick up cues about who's what and who's where's what, who's who and what do they do, and mingle with people and be pleasant. And that's it. It's a reconnaissance mission for me because even though they're all pleasant people here, I'd like to know what resources I have because it's a good thing right now. But if for my years in the Legion have taught me anything, if the Hellnicks can, what is it? The Faustians are here. There's
They
probably
are
Faustians. There's Faustians in this party. So I wanted to try and
probably, yeah.
I wanted to be able to pick them out.
All right. Well, I'll give you for espionage and trying to suss that out. I will give you a CR5, sir.
CR5. So I have really specialize in perception, and then with a power shift on it, I'll drop it down to a CR2.
And you get one free perception from me.
Okay, so CR1. I'm not going to burn anything because I already done that once this session. I think maybe that could be a rule for role play because I still
Uh, uh,
That's not a bad idea.
Chester,
Yeah.
I
you're
mean, if you think
forgetting
about
something.
what's
We have to
I
have one per hour.
I know I'm
oh
getting toward. I'm trying, lady.
Oh,
They're freaking moneying me to death. All right.
okay,
Bill, make your. You don't have to make a roll or make a roll though, 3 or
I
higher.
made a roll.
Okay.
I rolled.
All
I
right.
made my roll.
All right. So, you are making note, and there's a lot of people here that, council members, of course, and there's people who, just are trying to move themselves up the social ladder. However, there are two people at the party, because I'd say there's a couple of hundred people showed up to the party, right?
Oh my.
Well, that's what would happen. There are two people at the party though that do catch your attention. They're both seemingly human. They don't have any kind of legionnaire marking on their necks at all. But and they do appear human to you. You don't. There's nothing that's screaming mutant to you. But the way they move and the way they interact, they're the word that comes to your mind is professional.
Hmm.
There's a man and a lady. The man is seemingly of maybe Arabic descent, old world Arabic, and the lady is some blonde, blue-eyed lady. But the way they interact is very professional. I mean, you've been around Face Man for over a decade. You understand someone working a room. You've seen him do it time and time and time again. And these guys
Yeah.
are way too good at it for any kind of little hick town, mining town.
So I mean, their questions are weighed. It looks like small talk, but really they're pulling out as much as they can from
Yes.
people.
So these guys are working the room. There's two of them.
Now, can I tell if they're confidence people or are they trying to work scams? Or are they
They seem
intelligent
it
people?
seems too polished to you because you have a good comparison is why I made that CR low, right? Because you have GOP and he is a legionnaire professional, we'll use a nice word, diplomat. You've seen him work. These guys are not just some little con men. These are professionals.
Okay.
And
Well, I think uh, I'm sorry. Am I interrupting you or?
No.
Okay. Well, since we have so many agents in this area now,
Hmm.
I'd imagine we have a network, a communications
You
network.
do. You go through Yender for all things. Yes.
So I would subtly contact Cole,
Who's in the
and
room, by the way?
but we would do our subdermal, or he has subdermal comm links.
You guys do have your comm badges with agency comm badges. You can communicate. Yes.
So I'll say, hey, target A, man, mid suave, Arabic descent, when his
Mid-suave.
entourage, the beautiful buxom blonde, are a little too polished for their normal demeanor. I suspect them to be infiltrating and gathering information
He
on the
says, "Yeah,
guests.
I saw the blonde. I didn't see the guy."
Can you pin down their identities
Yeah.
or aliases?
Oh, I'll get right on it.
Okay, well then I'll I'll introduce myself to the man and the lady.
Well, they're not together.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm gonna ping Mercedes and say, hey, I believe we have two spies on premise, and just surface thoughts, their identities for me, as I'll approach the male. And
Okay. All right.
I don't know if you want to let our host know. It's up to
Okay.
you, Mercedes.
Uh,
Yeah, and I'll start approaching the man.
okay. Lady, are you going to do what you were asked to do?
Yeah.
Okay. The the man is just a human, and he doesn't seem to have any mental defenses whatsoever. So it's like the CR is like say 3, a standard CR.
I
So
rolled
it's
a
probably
20.
I don't think you need to roll at all. Is my point.
Uh,
But since you did, you're able to get a little bit deeper thoughts from him. He is and with that roll, you'll see that he is attached to Faustian Enterprises, but he actually is a Hellnex Consortium spy. So it's deeper than Faustian with this guy. He's here just gathering information. He doesn't have any kind of suspicions or anything. He's just simply doing his job. He's been attached here. That role gives you much more information you would have had anyway, normally. So he's not suspicious. He's been attached to this base, and this is an event going on, so of course he has to be here. But that's it. But the real concerning thing to you, lady, is that he is attached to the Faustian Enterprises here on this planet, but he actually works for the Hellnix Consortium, which is your enemy, right? So
right.
that's that. The lady, however, as you start to begin to look, she's a psyker, dude. She's a scion. So you have
Okay.
to. So do you want to engage that or not?
I'll give the report about him
Hmm.
to Bill.
Hmm.
And I go, is there anyone else? Because he just told me about the guy.
No, he didn't.
Oh,
He
I
told
mentioned.
you about both of them.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm telling you that the lady is going to require rolls, and you don't know how powerful she is. You can feel her psychic presence, and she probably can feel yours, but that doesn't mean anything. So, psionically capable people exist in this universe. They're all over the place, whether they be soft or strong. So it's not an abnormal thing. It's not like it's unique. So she probably doesn't. She knows you're in the room just like she's in the room. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything to her. But I'm just saying, if you start engaging her, well, now we're gonna have to start making some serious rolls.
That's when the fun happens.
Yeah, we got to have fun tonight, right? Okay, sure.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll engage her.
Oh my!
Oh
All right, here we go.
my.
I think your
Okay.
party just got fucked up. Sorry, dude.
I'll
She's here. She's an assassin. She's there to kill GOP.
No, she's
no,
not.
not that.
I'm gonna kill that hoe with
But
the
whatever.
afterburners if she lays a finger on you.
Well,
Should probably
it's going to
I'm
kick
in a
off
group
here.
of people anyway. How
Yeah,
she
hold on a
knows
second.
what
Hold
to.
on. One at a
Go ahead.
time, please.
Thank
Bill,
you.
she does give you the information about the Arab, and that's concerning to the nth degree. And I'm sure you kind of give that information to Yender, right?
Yes.
And
Oh yeah.
then what happened next really depends on a role. You start to engage her mind, CR9.
I will. While she's figuring out her role, I'll let Yender know that Mercedes is going to tap and investigate the other person now, so he knows the process that we're using to.
Understood. CR9, lady.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't die.
Bring up my character sheet. See how many pluses I can get or negatives.
You're gonna get at least one from me, and I suggest you use it on this.
Yeah. So
Wait.
8.
I have something that may do something.
Okay. What is that, Tower?
I
I am going to get to you, by the way, Tower. I am going to get to you.
Oh man, I have the.
Or I was.
I'm trying to find the exact stat page for it, but I have that touch of Gorlak. Cipher touch of Gorlak +2 easing of. Ooh. I'm gonna
Of
burn
what?
somebody tonight.
Now, hold on a
I'm
second.
trained.
Hold on a second, Tower. What are you talking about?
Yes.
Who, me?
Yes.
Yes. We're
Oh,
wondering what you were going with.
if we go into combat,
Oh,
I have
see.
the
Okay.
touch of Gorlath,
All right.
which is +2 easing of anything. So I'm going to burn somebody with the jet engine tonight.
Oh no. We're not
Not
bringing a
in
jet
my
engine
manner.
into the manor. Let's not do that. So okay, fine, Tower. I'm sorry, lady. Go ahead.
Okay, so I have I've been trained to resist on mental effects from her, but that's not the requirement that we're looking for. Tasks requiring incredible focus and concentration, so that makes
That's one. That's for sure
7.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
And
have any
then,
skill in psionic ability?
of course, that's all I do, isn't it?
Well, I'm just saying. So, what are your skills? So we got one. What are your skills?
Mind reading, telepathic, porting
No
objects,
skills. Skills.
Skills with a D. You heard the man.
Yeah,
Like you have power shift in intelligence, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's automatic. That moves you one, eases you by one with a power shift, or by
And
3, depending on what you have it.
Yeah,
in.
but I'm
over
trying to go in order here. What are your skills?
Silly man.
power shift with intelligence.
No
So
skills.
skills.
You can do it.
Like your different powers and stuff.
No, your
That's-
skills. Learn. You guys have
Yeah.
skills. The way this works is you go
Yeah.
skills and then assets. So whatever
Mhm.
skills, like
Skills.
using computers or what
Oh, yeah.
have you. So what skills do you have, lady?
We have the task requiring incredible focus and concentration, training to resist the mental effects from another attack, which is
Okay.
not part of this. Mental attacks is another +1
So that's +1.
because
Okay.
I've specialized in it.
Are you specialized?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 2. Okay.
Okay. Because I know eventually it's going to have to come up to this. The other stuff I put in computers, so I don't have anything else. So that just
You
2
should-
from 9 is 7. That's 21.
Well, hold on a second.
That's
Hold
it.
on a second.
done.
Hold on a second. GOP does have an ability you can use once a day.
Mhm. So that reduces it to 6 then.
That's 5. That's 5 off. So now we're down to CR4.
Now you add your power shift.
I already did. I
CR.
already added that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, did you add your sentence?
I
No.
added everything. Yeah,
Okay.
I know what she has. Lady, you're sitting at a CR4, which is a 12 or higher. Okay.
Right. And I can
You
use one
could
effort.
use effort if you'd like.
Yes, I
I
would
think you
like.
can use up to 3 effort right now.
Yeah, I'll
You
just
can
use.
do
I'll just use
it.
one. I mess up. I mess up.
Okay,
No
so you
biggie.
burn 1 effort, so make sure you reduce your mental for that, and go ahead and make a 9 or higher.
Okay. A
You got it.
29 millimeter 20 setter.
Mhm.
Just gave me a 20. Give me another 20, baby. But I made a
Please
15,
don't kill
which
me.
still
15's
passes.
fine. Okay.
Nice.
Now, this was very difficult because she is a scion, as are you. And of
Mm-hmm.
course, you're trying to read her surface thoughts without her knowing you're doing that, right? That's kind of important, right? And you're able to pull it off, but of course, the information you get is very, very minor because
Mm-hmm.
you're being very cautious, which you should be, right? She's unaware of you, so success, good.
Ooh.
And she works as far as the only information you get. She is with Faustian Enterprises, and she is simply here seeing if there's any useful information. That's all you get from her. Okay. However, GM incursion. Okay.
Do it.
She has potentially she has a special protective protocol from psionic attacks that would trigger off and make this a failed roll. So, you have a choice, lady. You can take the experience point and give one to someone else in the party, or you can spend an experience point to stop combat from kicking off inside of GOP's brand new mansion.
Mm. GOP, how much do I like you?
Just don't shoot the fine china, okay?
Well, there is
You
no
don't
fine
have
china
fine
yet.
china. It's all rented.
It's all
I
Spartan.
call
It's
it
very
fine
Spartan.
china. It's
Yeah,
it
it's
3rd
century pottery.
Okay.
Um,
up
lady,
to you, lady.
Roll for it.
I'm not gonna spin the thing. We're gonna go into it. Have it.
all
All
right.
right, let's do it.
So, lady, take an experience point and give one to a party member, please.
Since it's his place being destroyed.
There you go.
I would
GOP,
appreciate
take an
that.
XP.
There you
All right,
go.
Okay.
so here we go. She her little warning device that she has goes off, and this little thing is attached to the side of her head. You didn't see it initially, but as she turns and looks at you, you see it blinking. All right, it's on the other side of the head, and of
Mhm.
course it's pretty easy because you're the only other real scion in the room. There might be you've noticed a couple latents in the room, but like I said,
Mhm.
sonic ability is becoming more and more common amongst humanity as time goes by. But nevertheless, she sees that. She immediately looks over at the Arabic man, who you can tell what she's doing. She's communicating like you do, and he looks over at her, and you notice that she's very aggressive and it looks like she wants to pop into combat, but he's dissuading her, and he's heading toward the door, and she reluctantly begins to follow. What do you want to do, lady?
Roll initiative.
Yes, initiative, everybody. Yeah.
Oh, that's what we're doing. Okay, here we go.
Oh, if they're heading outside, that's plenty of room to use afterburners.
You're not on the ship.
We're
15.
nowhere near the ship.
15.
Roll
I can find and commandeer whatever flies.
What'd you get for initiative, Tower?
15.
Okay, Bill.
10.
Okay, GOP.
12.
Lady.
13.
Okay. Wow. So that's very interesting. You go
Don't
first,
make me go
Tower,
first.
and then I go. Actually, we go at the same
Huh?
time. We go at the same time, but
Wait,
you go first.
wait. Guys, are we attacking them?
Well, the thing is, you don't know what's going on whatsoever. You see lady is agitated, two people are heading for the door. You don't know what's going on. You have no clue. But because initiative is kicked off, you are aware that something is going on because they have not kept you in the loop.
Is there any way I can really quick talk to Lady telepathically?
I don't know,
It's not
lady.
up.
It's not
It's
up.
not up.
No, no.
Nope.
You'd have to. You could use your comm badge though. You do have your agency comm badge.
Okay, I'm just gonna ask them what the fuck's going on. Like, hey y'all, what's happening?
Okay, and we'll get to those responses momentarily. So, okay, that's what you do, and then I go. Um, they both get to the door and are heading through it. Then
Wasn't he engaged with me though?
yeah, he leaves from you immediately. He doesn't know you're involved.
Oh well.
But I'm just
Okay.
saying he takes his movement. That's his and
It,
she. Their action is to move, and they do a full movement. So they cross the room over the door, and they're heading. They're in the door. Okay, and then that brings me down to who was next.
13 me.
Yeah, you. So what are you
Using the
gonna?
combat. Using the
Well,
combat. So that's on my wrist. Somewhere hidden.
no, it's actually a badge on your chest, probably. But well, maybe it is hidden. Well, you can have it anywhere you want. That's true. So
And
what do you? But that's not the question. It's your initiative. What are you going to do? These people are leaving the room.
following them and letting guys know that they're taking it outside. Two combatants, both of them Fastian, whatever you want to call them.
Faust.
She's unaware, and I poofed up. She's got a detection thing. Before she gets out of range, if I'm just gonna port her little device that's on her head to me.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
Well, it
rip
is
it out of her head.
attached to her body, but that you can do that. What would I
Yeah.
give that as a CR? I don't know. It's not particularly protected. I guess it would just be a standard CR, huh? CR.
she's a medical
Or
doctor, so that
no,
could.
I guess because it is combat, it
This is
would be
before
her. Well,
they get
no,
right out of my range.
let me
Okay.
finish my thought.
Mhm.
And it would be off of her CR, so she is CR5. So go ahead.
15.
I'm sure you have
Oh,
things
baby.
to reduce that,
Yeah.
though, lady. I'm sure you have things to reduce that.
Yeah, I got things reduced, but I still rolled over. So,
Oh, okay, fine. So therefore, you're in the bonus actions then. All right, so she's going to take some damage. You teleport the thing out of her head, and in your hand is a bunch of a small device and a bunch of bloody wires. And she's screaming at the door, screaming. The entire room turns to look. Bill, I think you're next, right?
next Bill.
Oh
Why don't you go
my.
next, Faustian? I hate Faustian.
No, you do.
You
You
just
do.
ripped the fucking com out of her head.
You literally ripped a cybernetic implant out of her body. Yes.
That's got to
What
be
the
some shock right
fuck?
there.
Yeah.
So I think I would be I would leap over that way. Say quick, get this woman some medical attention. Like while I'm in the air, and when I'm landing, I'm gonna use two arms and just throw that guy into the wall.
Well,
While
he's
I
at an
feigning.
open door. He's at an open. He's literally in the open door. You could
Well
throw
That's
him in
then
the
great. That means
hallway.
there's two walls very
There is a
close to
wall
him.
on the other side of yeah, you could do that. Yeah.
I could land on him too. Um, so let's do that, and we'll call it a crushing blow.
Okay. CR5.
Okay. Okay. CR5. Unarmed fighting style specialist. So that makes it down to a CR2. Rolled an 18.
Oh, okay. Well, that's an all right. So you get to 18 does bonus damage, but it doesn't do It doesn't have the special effect in it. Okay. But you do extra damage. So what kind of damage would you do with that attack, you think?
That would be 14 points.
14 points plus the 3. Jesus, 17 points. That's a lot.
Yeah, but I want to make sure that I'm not killing. I don't want to
Oh,
kill.
well, we should have thought about that before.
It,
But because this is more of an operative, this isn't like a 007 type, right? He's more literally just got an information gatherer. This guy particularly, she's the heavy. Yeah, no, he'd be out. He's out. Yeah, he's broken bones and lung collapse, dying on the ground. So awesome. GOP.
Why do I feel bad about that?
I am very.
Don't worry,
I-
I'll revive him.
I say, pardon me for a moment. I have something to deal with, and I drop out of mid conversation with somebody else, and I'm because I know who they are. I know the issues. So,
Yeah,
am I
you know,
within range to fire off a shot?
across a crowded room, dude.
Well,
You can do
I don't know
it.
how crowded is it. Like if
100
There
there's
are
people
people in the
in your
way.
house?
There's more. There's closer to 200 people in this room. Yes. This is a
Yeah,
mansion. This is
everybody.
a ballroom. We're in a ballroom.
Yes, that's
It's
true.
very
I just didn't know
Spartan.
where I
He needs to
was.
spend more money to make it look cool, but still, you know. I
Uh huh.
would increase the difficulty by 2. So he's CR7 because they're
Well,
CR5. So
I can do that. No problem.
It's not a
So,
good party unless there's a couple of deaths.
I'm just
no, I
saying.
never.
So what are you gonna do?
No, I didn't want.
Now the dude is out. You know, you just saw Ironback kill a man, right? In your first death in the mansion. What would you like to do
Well,
to the
do I see it?
screaming woman
Oh God.
who by the way, Bill who's just killed a man in saying that he was hurting her. This is the inference that he's put forward. You know, get her some help, and he stopped the attacker. Is
Oh
what
God.
he's inferring. That's what's going on here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
have
am
some.
going to play like I am the concerned host and move my way over to her. God, this is not how I wanted this to go. But okay, I'm gonna move my way over to her.
Okay, so that's your round. You cross the room.
Yes.
All
No.
right. So
It's so
back up to the
awkward.
top, and that would be Tower. So Tower, you're aware of the situation now.
Okay.
Bill has taken one of the dudes out. The lady is screaming. And what is your mental on your character? Just curious.
Ooh, my mentality is.
No.
Intellect.
I got it
Your
on.
intellect, yeah. What is the intellect number?
Okay.
The number.
15 with an edge of 1.
15. So
Um,
it is okay. I would suppose that's high enough that he would understand what Bill is trying to pull off. Because he is the most aware of the situation because he took a round trying to understand it in essence, right? So
Yes.
so Tower, you understand what's going on. Bill has taken out the dude, and he's making it look like the dude was attacking the screaming lady. What would you like to do?
Fuck. Is the lady a combatant? Should I help her?
no,
I
she's
mean,
very much a bad person.
okay.
Yeah, true,
I'm
but
going to
she
go
but
run.
but
Uh,
Tower,
Hey,
she is
hey,
not
hey, hey,
engaged
hey.
you at all.
Here's
Yeah.
the thing, though. I have electric touch. These people don't know this. I'm gonna run up to her, grab her,
Okay,
like,
so
hey, I'm
no,
gonna help you.
no,
Wait,
no,
am I close enough to grab her?
no. You spend the round moving
No.
to her. Yeah.
Okay, I'll spend around moving. I have an idea to kill her, and it'll look like nothing ever happened. You'll think she had a heart attack.
Don't want her necessarily dead.
Well, I was gonna
Well,
say I was gonna electrocute the
Kind of
fuck out of her.
Late for
I was
that.
no,
gonna
hold on.
grab her.
right.
Yeah,
Oh
I
my
get
god,
it. Yeah,
calm
no
down.
problem. You're
I'll
moving
beat the
into
shit out of her.
combat. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay.
So right now we have approaching that area. In that area, we have Bill, we have Tower, and we have GOP. You're all in that space. You use your rounds to move there and and of course, Bill has special ability anyway. The only person who isn't in that area is Lady, right? And for once, Lady, being separated from the group helps you
Yeah, because we're all
because
about to
Uh-oh.
get fried.
it's my turn. That dude is out on the ground. He's dead. But she turns around. She's literally bleeding out of her eyes, and she's clearly in incredible amount of pain. And she just screams in your direction. And she's going to hurt a few guests as well. Let's see here. We only need one person to make this. Well, no, I guess each person has to make this roll. She's making a psychic scream, and this is CR7. So everybody, give me your rolls.
Okay. Psychic Scream.
On a scale from 1 to bad, how bad is that?
Defensive.
It's
Pretty
being
bad.
mental intelligence defense
Mhm.
is going to help you.
Ooh. I got a 19.
Okay, you're. I'm assuming you. So I don't know. It might be an impossible roll
I
for you, right?
well,
Yeah.
I have an intellect of 15 with an edge of
That
1 to that.
means nothing. That means
Yeah.
nothing. This is a
Let's see
mental
if I have
attack, so
anything.
your speed bonuses won't do anything for you.
And
Yeah.
this is
It's.
CR5, you said?
No, this is CR7.
7.
Yeah, she's the
I'm
heavy.
gonna. I'm gonna do add 3 effort to this one because I feel like I kind of need it. Um. So that will be
Yeah,
use
I think
my.
you're right. So that brings it down to my pool to 12.
All right, and I'll also use my one free thing of the day.
Hold on a second. I'm still dealing with Tower here.
Okay.
He rolled a 19. Do you have anything to reduce that? Because that's a failure as it stands right now, Tower. Is there anything you had to
Uh,
reduce that?
can I ease it?
That's what I'm asking. Do you have anything
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
ease
Uh,
it? Yeah.
okay. I'm going to reach into my pocket and I'm going to lick that stone to touch a Gorlath, my cipher. Get +2 my easing. To anything. I'm going to use my cipher.
Okay. All right. So that would do it. So you do succeed, and you're only going to take half of the damage because of that, because this is an AOE.
Gorlath saved me.
No, that's good. That is good. That is good. I'll get to the damage in a minute. Let's go to Bill next, I guess.
Okay. So CR7. All right. So I have defense intelligence. So that eases it by 1. Then I have the power shift intelligence, which eases it again by 1.
Okay.
So now I got a CR5.
So 15 or better.
Yeah. So I can use 3 because we didn't technically do our level up, even if okay. So
Yeah. We
I'm
haven't done
still
it yet.
okay. So I still have 3 effort then. So 3 effort.
Can do it.
Add to 1, so that means I'm spending. Is that 2 points of intellect?
I don't know what
Right.
your reductions are.
Yeah, with an edge of 1. So it would be
Well, if you go to use 3 effort and you have an edge of 1, that is 6 points.
6 points. Okay, so that puts me at 11. Okay, so that brings it down to a 2.
Yep, 6 or better.
Okay, 18.
All right, you're able to resist it quite well. And last GOP.
So I spent 3 efforts, and I used my one free ease of the day
Okay.
to drop it down to a 3,
hmm
and I rolled a 16.
Okay, good. So you're all able to resist this AoE to a point. 2 of your guests, however, one from a very small mining consortium that have put kind of just a group of miners who've come together, and the other one is the wife of a similar dude. Type of dude that they get caught in this blast, this cone blast from her. Luckily, it was at the door though, So it reduces the casualties in the room because she is focusing on you. Those two people are dead. They literally heads explode. They're dead. The room is screaming. Because you guys all saved, you only take 10 points of damage. Mental.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, how many mental points do you have left, Bill? Because you guys just spent points.
I know. That's cool. I was at 19. I spent 6, so 13. I'm at 3.
Okay, so you're still up. GOP?
Well, I already have an edge of 4, so I factor that into how many points I already spent.
Of
but
course, yeah.
essentially, I have 7 points left to my intellect.
7. Okay, 7 to your intellect. Tower, you might be in trouble.
Yes. Go
Tower?
on. How fucked am I?
Well, no,
Well,
you use the stone. So that cipher you use is gone, right? That's a one-use item. So okay, but he used the stone. He didn't use effort, did he?
No, he didn't.
No. Okay, so you're at 5. You have 5 intellect left. So you're actually okay. So you're all still up. No one's no one's hindered.
Copy that.
But
Slightly retarded.
no, there's no problem. So you're still
okay.
up. Because we haven't dealt with a lot of psionics, but it is dangerous thing, right? So yeah, but just keep in mind that cipher you just used is gone. But it was good timing use of it though. All right,
Yeah,
so
the lady was being a bitch.
well, she was attacked. Keep in mind they didn't do. You are the aggressors here, but the room doesn't
Mhm.
necessarily know that, and you do have a GOP. So we'll see the aftermath of it. However, um, so now
That's
it
my
is
turn.
Lady. Now, Lady, you're not
No.
near.
Oh.
You're on the other side of the room, right, Lady? You could take a round moving over there, or you could do something else. What would you like to do, Lady?
I'm stashing this device that I have in my hand into my pocket, or is it too big?
No, you can definitely do that. Yeah.
Yeah, doing it without leaving any blood traces on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah, she's screaming. She's about to die, most likely. I still have points I can spend to attack her.
Well, she is on the other side of the room. There's
Yeah,
a
she
bunch
is
of
on the other
screaming
side.
and panicky people in between you and her. And you kind of have you've kind of done an action really by, well no, I'm not going to do that. What do you want to do?
Everyone's confused, so she'll actually move further away from her. Let the guys finish her
So
off.
you move with the crowd who's moving to the
And
other
moving the crowd,
side of the room,
move
going into
away from the fight. Yeah.
an off chamber, off of the going into the dining room. Everyone's kind of moving in there, where the food is. Nice. But so you follow the crowd.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not a bad move. Then I do believe we have Bill, right?
Okay. I'll be like, I don't know, some kind of expletive like, oh my God, what did he do to her? She's a psion. She's going crazy. We have to knock her out. And I'll just give her the old
Well,
Fist of
Karate
Fury.
fine. But
Oh, Bill.
before you do
I
that,
had a great idea to
yeah,
subtly kill her, Bill.
one
But
at a time, please. Bill, first thing, give me a coercion roll, which you probably are going to fail. But we'll just keep it to her, CR5,
Coercion. Okay.
because you are
I
trying
have.
to coerce the room, right?
They're panicked. Does that ease it?
Sure, we'll give you one. Yeah.
Okay.
And they know you, they don't know them.
Okay.
Bill, like I said, I had a great idea to kill her.
We're good. We're going to get to that, Tower. We're dealing
We
with
gotta
one
go
thing
deal with
first,
this.
right?
I have no skills when it comes to
I
this.
didn't think you did. This is GOP's department.
yeah,
So
I
12 or
but I
higher.
would have done.
I can perception.
No,
Yeah.
12 or higher.
Okay.
Just make the roll.
12 or higher. Oh man.
I can save it if you fail, but
I don't know if you can. I rolled a 1.
Oh,
Oh
goodness.
my God!
Jesus.
Yes.
Fuck, guy.
I love rolling ones. Now, because I rolled a 1, I get XP for that, though. This is the only game where you get points for critically failing, right?
I didn't
I
get a
guess.
critical experience when I rolled a 1.
That's because you didn't use the lingo.
I think
Yeah.
you actually do.
Bill knows his shit, lady.
Ma, if you do,
Okay.
you do. I don't care either way.
I don't remember.
And you notice that as you're about to take your action, Hilburn is looking sternly at you.
Oh no, rolling a natural 1 is always bad. It means the GM introduces a new complication into the encounter.
Oh, okay. All right. So that's even better. And I don't
Isn't
have to
it?
give you experience. I remember now. Yeah, I read that. So the new complication. Oh, easy enough. One of the patrons of the party who is you were unable to identify actually works with them, and he
Yes!
pulls out a gun and he takes a crack shot at you.
That's
So
good.
he's not as high rank. So CR4.
CR4. Okay. 8. So, defense, might defense is shifted once.
This is speed.
Oh, this is speed, so that's shifted twice.
Okay.
Okay, so it's CR2,
So
which
you're
would mean I
fine.
need a 6. Rolled an 8.
And so he misses. It puts a hole in the wall. A pretty good one. He's using explosive rounds. The lintel of this door has been removed. Aw.
Oh
What the
no!
fuck is a lintel?
Sorry, using that lingo again, Tower. But anyway, go ahead, Bill. Finish your round.
Oh, now I have another problem. I guess I have to throw her at the guy.
Well, whatever.
No,
You have an attack, so
No,
do whatever you gotta do.
I pretty much declared all my actions. I'm not
Take-
doing anything at this point.
Just
So
take her, kill her.
I'll kill her. I'll kill her. I'll make it look natural.
okay.
Oh my
so
god!
like I said before, I want to knock her unconscious.
Oh, dude, like I said, I
I
can kill her so
I don't
easily.
want to. Power, hold on, please. I don't want to blow her head off or anything, but it would be what was that, 12 damage?
Too bad you don't have a nerve pinch, like a Vulcan nerve pinch.
Dude, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna electrocute the fuck out of her.
Bill?
It was 12 damage, non-lethal.
Okay, so you are trying to subdue 12 damage. She's still up. Then it
Just hold
goes to
Samuel Key. I can't say that right. I'm sorry.
Tower. I'm sorry, lady. What were you trying to say?
A new person in the chat. Hi,
Oh, hi.
SAMULI.
Sumley.
Recovery.
Hey, Sumley.
Recovery. Cool. Recovery
Tower, what are you
takes an
doing,
act-
dude? Oh, Sumley.
I think it's my turn.
No, I skipped Tower. I have to get Tower in here. He should have went before Bill. It's my fault. But Somali, by the way, welcome. Nice to see you. Just so you know, Somali, I told you guys about the big earthquake I had here a while back, and all my dishes were lost. So we have refilled our cabinet, and we did it with all Finnish flatware. And I have to say, I am quite impressed. My wife spent money, and I'm not allowed to say a word about such things. Yeah,
Okay.
of course, right? But even though it was not cheap, I kind of like the Finnish flatware, dude. It's pretty nice, dude. So good on you,
Cool.
Mr. Finnish man. Nice. Anyway,
Good
sorry.
to see you, Somali.
Sorry about
And
that.
no, Tower is not behaving, does he ever?
No, that's okay. But Tower, what are you gonna do?
1 second, I'm googling Finnish flat. Ooh, that is nice. Okay, cool.
It is nice. Yeah.
You're welcome. Okay. You guys want me to kill her, right? But we
Yeah,
don't
that's what
want
they
it to
want.
look suspicious.
They just want her splattered on the floor, the most aggressive,
I want her
psychotic way possible.
No. I'm right there.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm like, holy shit, this lady's hurt. I'm gonna run up to her. I'm gonna grab her sides with my hands. I have my fist attack. It's not like a punch. I'm gonna do it real subtly, like I'm grabbing her, like snap out of it, lady. But I'm gonna electrocute the fuck out of her. It's gonna do, yeah.
Well, it's a CR5. Since you're trying to be subtle about it, I'll make a CR6. So go ahead and make your hit, which is probably automatic for
Okay.
you, I would think.
Yeah, you probably.
I have a.
Yeah, I know.
Let's
For
see,
you, it's
2.
automatic. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna roll. Doesn't really matter. I rolled a 16, anyways, and that's gonna do.
Nice, you rolled a 1.
That's gonna do 7, 8, 9, 13 damage.
15 with the bonus from the high roll, plus the what did you do, Bill? Was it
12.
you were 12? So yeah, she's dead.
Oh no, she had a heart attack. Do we have any doctors?
Yeah, well, there's also like a hole in her rib cage from your fists, but
Well, I said it was
but
non-lethal.
she
Heart
is,
attack
yeah,
in space.
but he didn't do that, right? So she's down on the ground, she's out, the other dude's out. Hilburn is looking at you. GOP, it's your turn, and I suggest that we be diplomatic. There's
I did it
panic.
subtly as I can.
Yes.
That's
okay.
fine.
So
Well, GOP,
where's the other?
let me
Okay.
give you information, then I'll answer your question. There's a panicked room. A couple of the soldiers in the room, including Hilburn, are not panicked, and they're looking. And Hilburn does not look pleased at the situation because of his critical failure. So that's the situation. Go.
Do I see the guy who pulled the pistol out? And
Yes,
took the
he's still there. Yeah, and he's still pointing the gun.
I point my gun at him and I tell him, "Drop the weapon. We're going to get to the bottom of what just happened." And I'm going to try and persuade him to put his weapon down because he clearly is going to die if he doesn't. So
CR4.
well, I passed that. That's not an issue. I roll anyways. See, okay, 14.
All right. Well, he kind of looks around the situation. He does. He doesn't put the gun down. He just holsters it. Hilburn walks
Now,
over to you guys, and he is very stern, literally hands on hips, and he's like, "What's going on here?"
did I see the actual? I saw her make the psychic attack, right?
Everyone saw
The
that.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Okay, everyone saw that. Well, I don't know how this whole thing started, and I would love to figure it out, but it appears like may have been under attack. Clearly, from my perspective.
Come on now. Hold on. GM incursion.
Okay.
Another
I'm
one.
going
Wow.
to no, I'm going to increase the difficulty of this because Hilburn is very suspicious. However, if you're smart, it will be easy. However, you can either accept my GM incursion or you can spend an XP and throw it away.
I'm accepting.
Okay, so take an experience point and give one to someone else.
I want to give it to Lady, but she kind of started the whole thing. So
Well, and she already got an XP, by the way.
yeah, that's true. Well, she gave me one earlier. I'll probably give it to Bill because he's the one who first noticed what was going on.
It's
Yeah.
true.
It's
That is
always
fair.
it
That's
is
a good
my
reason.
fault, just so you know.
Well, no,
the whole
that's a good
situation.
reason. It is. It is your fault. So take an XP.
Yep.
All right. So now we're going to do a roll, but I'm also think about how you explain this to Hilburn. Is all I'm going to say. I'm being very, very nice. All right.
Mm-hmm.
But I am putting a very because you can't see it because he's a military guy, but he's embarrassed by this situation. You can tell that.
I would be too.
So I'm putting a CR10 on this dude.
We fucked this up, dude.
Whoa.
Should have
Holy
chased him instead of
fuck.
killing him.
Like I said, Bill, I could have quietly killed her.
Okay,
You
well,
can't do anything quiet.
yeah, we're already in this. Okay. I motion for I'd like to speak with with Hilbert privately, so we're not in the middle of a crowd of
He is
people.
not interested at all.
Okay, that's fine. I look and it would appear that these individuals were, and I kind of say it under my breath, but I believe they were spies or assassins, really. It's yes.
With
We had
whom?
some. I look at them sternly. They work for Helnix.
Okay. You just ease your roll by 2.
Okay. Well, I made it.
Yeah,
So
I know. So go ahead and give me your dissertation here. Go ahead.
well, we had heard that there were Helnix spies in this facility before, but we didn't know who they happened to be. Um, we were hoping to try and figure it out, but I didn't think they would actually try to attack. Uh, this is most unfortunate. Um, yes, but it appears that their intentions were not just observation based.
Hmm. He looks across the room at the other men you often see them with, not all the time, but you see them with him sometime, and they're the room is calmed slightly, but these men never panicked. He looks over at them, and he you see him hit a badge on his collar, and he speaks into it, and he says, yeah, calm this room down, please. I'm going to have a conversation. He looks at all 4 of you, well, all 3 of you, because Lady is over by the bologna and cheese sampler. And he
Baloney.
says, "Come with me." He steps into the hallway.
Casually
I
son
go
of a
with them.
shut up.
Bill,
Yes.
do you follow?
Sorry, I was complaining. Yeah. Good. I'll follow.
Tower?
Yeah, go with them all.
Okay. Um, you go into the hallway. You see his men moving to calm the room down. And they're just, as government people would do. And he comes in, and he looks at you, and you guys notice this before. He's legionnaire. You know he is. I think I forget what I gave him for a rank and stuff, but he is what you guys are, and he knows you're legionnaire too. But he
Right.
now that you're in the hallway away from everybody else, he looks straight at all of you, and he says, "Are you IIA?"
Are you out of your mind?
What's it to you?
No,
No, okay. Are you
I,
out of your mind? What's it to you, GOP?
No, I'm sorry. I just flipped out.
No, that's
Ah,
okay.
too late.
That's good. GOP?
oh man, I'm sure if we were IIA, then we couldn't share that information with you, even if we wanted to.
Put a roll on that.
All right.
Do I have to roll too?
No, you
What's
don't.
the
No, you
difficulty
don't.
on this?
I'm not
Yeah, no,
doing it.
I'm
I
the one
just want to
interacting.
roll.
Oh, okay. Let me pull up the thing. Oh, that's an 18. All right.
Okay. Um, he kind of he has this expression on his face all the time. He understands what you're saying. He says, "Look, there's no love lost here from anybody here with the Hellnicks and their Faustians, and we know that some of them have been operating around here. We know that. But if you guys are IAA, you need to talk to your people, and at least I need to know that you are." And he just walks away.
Hmm. I look over at my party. I'm like, what? Well, after everyone is not around us, I'm like,
Well,
what the hell just happened
lady
to my
has moved
party?
on to the cheese dip.
Yeah, she's enjoyed the hors d'oeuvres.
And
The
cream
ones that
puffs.
didn't get knocked over in a panic. Oh.
Now,
Well,
curtains have been ripped off, and that's more
Yeah,
damage to cover the dead bodies, to calm the people. Hilburn, you hear him speaking in the room. He is calming the room down, and he says, he's saying it seems that we've had some unwelcome guests, and we'll have to give a report. But everybody, calm down. As he's doing that, Yender, who I told you was at the party, walks into the hallway, and he leans up against the wall, and he's just got a smile on his face.
yeah.
my head is in my hand, like I can't believe it just happened.
I think you better calm your party down. You're gonna lose in popularity
Yeah, I
pretty
would
quick.
say that I agree. You need to be the one in that room.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back in the room and try and calm everyone down because it is my party, and holy crap!
It's
I'll
So
calm
he
And
can
of
down.
course, you're
try if he wants to.
instantly able to do that with this crowd, no problem. And it even give me a roll just for the sake of it to deal with the council members.
okay,
You're
well,
new.
You're off the council
I
now.
rolled a 4, but
It doesn't matter.
it wasn't a 1.
I just want to
Yeah.
see if you get a 1 or a higher roll. But okay,
Hmm.
you are able to calm the room. Like I said, you don't even need a roll. This is your thing. The only thing I need to know before I go to the other two here, what are the words you use to calm the room? What do you tell the attending group?
I let them know that the crisis is over now. We all are safe. Um, we're going to find out exactly what happened, but at the moment, uh, things are things are going to work out.
You
And
say, put your hands in the air where nobody fucking moves, nobody gets
no,
hurt.
yeah. Obviously the festivities for the day are canceled. Clearly, um, everyone.
There's
I'd
an
say
exit through the kitchen, by the way.
yes. Everyone. Perhaps you should consider exiting in an orderly fashion. Uh, and yes. Hopefully, this incident will. We can get to the bottom of it, and this incident will not occur again.
Yes. Well, people have calmed down with Hilburn and you and his men. And you're able to, you go and help show them the way out. And some people are flustered and clutching pearls, and others are just seem to be miffed. Although a few have handfuls of food. And as things clear out, you do see Lady, and she is currently stuffing her face with cherry tomatoes.
I As she's about to put one in her mouth, I pull it out of her hand and I just look at her like, why?
All right, let's go back to the hallway. We do the two bodies. Hilburn's men did cover them with the curtain, so at least that eyesore is out of the way. And of course, you could, Bill might want to go and search those bodies possibly, but we'll get to that.
Dropping in.
In the hallway we have Bill and Tower and Yender. And like I said, he's leaning up against the wall and smiling, and he's like, well, you're gonna have to talk to the legate to get permission for that, though, I'd say.
Well, more like ask for forgiveness at this point. But
It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission.
Well, I mean, Yender says he gave you an ultimatum.
I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about?
I'm spacing out. What am I missing here?
Hilburn, oh, I'm sorry. Hilburn said that
Oh yeah. Sorry, yeah. Okay. Oh no, I wasn't. I wouldn't presume that I had the pull to make that decision for sure.
No,
That's why
that's
you
why.
talk with.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's my rebuttal.
Well, that's why he said that's why you need to talk to the legate. I'm glad we're all
Yeah, I
on
was role
board.
play. I was role playing here.
Yes, I yes,
Absolutely.
I'm following what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Sometimes.
Following them quite
Well, I
literally.
think the legate definitely is going to need an update of the party events.
Okay, let me make it very clear just so everyone understands. Hilburn has no love, and no one here has any love for the Hellnicks. There are a lot of ex-legionary here, or the Faustians, clearly. However, if you are IIA agents, he insists that at least he should know.
Well, and that's the thing. We tell him the whole operation is now
Up.
suspect to
I'm
him,
just
and
saying
within
that's
his
where it
confidence.
sits. That's where
Yeah.
it sits. Yeah. Tower, would you like to say anything in this situation, or interact with Yender, or would you like to do anything? Would you like to poke at the dead body? I don't know.
Yeah, that lady on the floor had a heart attack. You should probably go get a broom.
Wow. And yet that actually makes Yender laugh. He chuckles. Yeah. Okay. So the people are out. Hilburn doesn't stick around to talk about it, although you do see people coming very shortly. You don't know who called them, but you do see people coming very shortly after the crowd is leaving from the clinic. Some of your coworkers, lady, and they are picking up the bodies and body bagging it, and they're doing what the clinic would the hospital would normally do.
Well, and like you had mentioned earlier, I would inspect.
Yeah, no, I assumed you were doing that. Now, they don't have anything on them particularly. I mean, they were undercover at a party. However, on the man in his pocket, you do find a key. And it's a key. It's a very standard imperial key that people use for, I don't know, apartments, buildings. It's a normal key around here, and it does have a number, and you can track it. It's probably where they're living.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Third
it.
person.
They have no weapons on them. But like I said, even though they were the same CR, his skills are like GOP. She's the heavy. She's the muscle, right? So, but they are dead. So they have expired. Um, and that's the only thing of value you find upon them is simply a key. It is numbered though, so you should be able to track it.
Well, I would say we probably need to secure this place before it's scrubbed and expect any resistance from their agents.
So, what do you want to do? Because right now, GOP has probably incurred a good 1,000 credits worth of damage to his property. He's got a trauma team, or excuse me, a coroner team, body bagging 2 people in his ballroom. And you guys are standing alone, other than these trauma people and maybe a few of because you did hire staff who are cleaning up and food and stuff like that. So what do you guys want to do?
I say we
One hell of a christening.
L'chaim. Let's go.
Buy a bottle of whiskey to celebrate.
Yeah. I like confusing you. So let's go track this down.
Okay. So who's going with Bill to find this the door that goes to this key? I would take that as a yes. I do love how the Generation Z has a different language. GOP, what are you going to do, GOP?
Okay. Well, they did bring one guy back, right?
What do you mean?
They take
There's
the other
one
guy with the
guy
gun.
who, yeah, the other guy
Oh,
with the gun.
Hilburn took that. His men took that guy into custody.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's gone.
I'm just saying,
Hilburn
should probably go with him just because I don't know I really don't have anything else to do except, try and get my place repaired, but that can wait. So I'm going to go with them, I guess.
Okay. And you're going to have to work out staff and all that kind of stuff if you're going to do that. But you can just give me a number later.
Yeah.
You can do that on your own. Lady, what are you going to do?
Well, he took my tomato from me.
Yeah, but you found 3
Oh, my
granola
God.
bars, though.
Hey, he doesn't know what's stuffed underneath the fur. Okay.
That is true. That is true. No one knows. No one.
I'd like to be escorted somewhere.
Huh?
I like to be. Basically, I'm going with them. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
She wants to be
Yeah.
escorted.
She has like caviar hidden under her fur.
Yeah. Oh, it's just little, tidbits for later, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So it's okay. So she's got a little bit of food stashed away. So you guys head along, and Bill, you use the map that you guys actually spent money on, right?
Yes.
Of this facility, and you're able to track that key very easily, right? Because that's one thing that's great about the Empire is, as with
It's
the
got faith.
Romans, they very pedantic with their paperwork, right? So this is actually a level up from the ground floor, right, or that causeway that most things are on, and it's a small space. And you don't have access to information about who bought it and how much. You don't have that kind of access, although GOP would.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a council
Well,
member now,
well,
Yes.
officially.
Even
Forewarning my friends here in a mental league that the place could be trapped because there was 3 of them.
That's fair.
Expect a trap.
There were 3. Yeah. But
And watch for video or
I'm sorry, lady.
video recording devices in the hallways and stuff.
well,
Sorry.
that's what I was gonna bring up too. Is if there's any
Okay.
cameras that we can
Well,
access now with our security clearance.
well,
Or
that's a good point. And we're not there yet. You guys are looking at the map, right? You're probably still in the mansion. GOP, you are a council member now, so you decide to just try to put your name in and see what happens, right? And
okay.
and it does
Before it
open
gets
up
revoked.
a lot more information. You can now see what is owned and is unowned, who bought it, how much they bought for it, access to all kind of files and details and stuff like that, as well as access to cameras. However, it seems, because you would have to take time to research this, right? But just looking at it offhand, Bill, this is something Bill would know, and Lady would also, because you do have security stuff. You guys notice that. Probably the council is all about personal privacy and stuff, which would make sense for a little burgeoning town. Therefore, the only cameras in the place are in hallways. There are no secret cameras anywhere that you can see.
oh, that's fine.
Yeah. But there is a camera that is a little bit far down the hallway, but it would cover that door. A bit of it at a distance.
Well, I'm gonna make sure. Can I shut off cameras?
Do not do it from your device
Uh,
because it will be traced back to you.
you don't
Well,
see
no.
you don't see that option. No.
Okay.
We would
All right, I was just
want to. The reason why I was, main reason for the camera was to see if their operatives are starting, like I said, to scrub that place as soon as their life
There's no
lines.
movement. Yeah,
yeah. It literally just happened.
it did just
So
happen. Yeah.
So how did we get to his party? I mean, what mode of transportation? Do we have some kind of
Probably
skiff or
just took the elevator system.
Okay. Is that the fastest way we can get there?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Lightning's a lot faster than us, right?
Oh yeah, well, sure he
course.
can fly as well, but it's like 3 levels below you.
You send him first, and I want you to just perch and keep an eye out.
Sure.
if he wants it, but I think we're probably getting too, in the weeds with this. But yeah.
Oh, okay.
Then-
Sorry. So you could always
that
tell
wouldn't-
me when I'm being too pedantic because I can.
You
do
won't.
Well, I mean, like,
Okay,
we
that's
could
fine.
Tower.
Let's go there then.
You go fly up ahead and watch, but we'll take the normal amount of time, which isn't that much longer, and we get there and all that.
Yeah. So keep in mind we're on the sides of the insides of the pyramid. That's what we are here. This isn't when we get below and all throughout the entire valley here. There are many, what I say, 15 layers of actual underground layers, but we're on the side of the interior of the pyramid. Tower does go down, and he perches. Keep an eye, no one comes. You guys get down there, and you're standing in front of the door.
Check for traps, Bill, because I have
Yeah,
no.
I'll find and remove
X-ray
traps.
inside room.
Okay, what do we have that skill?
I don't think that's like a specific name skill, but
I'm
You
just
just
gonna
do
look.
engineering roll, yeah.
I could just do engineering to see if it's been altered in any way.
Well,
And he can use his X-ray vision to look inside the room too.
we'll use the skill of the Arab on that. So CR5.
CR5. That's I'll drop it
the
down.
Arab had a CR5.
Yeah, drop it down to a 2 with my engineering specialist and power shift and all that fun stuff.
I married a 7.5.
There you go.
Hmm.
So that's a 13.
And
So
for a
that-
nerd, that's a 10.
Yeah, it is. Damn right.
Okay, I made it.
Okay. So you do find in the door well, the molding well, there is a hidden camera.
Okay. Well, and we've been videotaped, right? So
It's a Wi-Fi type of camera. It doesn't have wires running anywhere. It's literally just like a little spy camera. You don't know where the
yeah.
Wi-Fi is going to, but that's what you find.
I
Use
suggest
a
you.
jammer.
Yeah.
Take
We
it.
have a jammer.
I mean, I'll disengage it real quick with my scrambler.
Or do you just take it off?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You have a locked door in front of you and a key in your hand.
Okay. Put in the key.
Okay. You open the door, and this comes into a room that it's pretty sparse. There's a table. There is a kitchenette. Kind of the standard imperial thing you can buy at the store. It's very standard little kitchenette that drops into our room. A table. There is a couch, and there is a door straight ahead and a door off to the right.
Well, I guess we start going back into our reconnaissance mode, and everyone starts
Right.
doing a search.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll search the place, and while Tower's still on lookout.
Now
Perception.
the door straight ahead heads into an area that is it's a room, but it's been kind of split used. Partly it's being used as like a locker storage area and a bathroom shower area. The door to the right, as you guys, then none of these are locked, by the way. Inside the room, to the right, you see another room. Once again, these are not built for these; they're being purposed, right? So in that room, there are 4 beds sitting in here, and a dressing area, and things just put into the room for bedroom living, as it were. There's no other door in any of the other rooms. So and the bedroom room is equal in length and size to the entirety of the storage bathroom and living kitchen area. So it's the bedroom is much larger than it needs to be. But once again, this is just seems to be a 2-room place that they've repurposed for their needs. Therefore, we need a search, and we'll just go off of their CR. So CR5 to do a recon of these rooms.
It's not our
Okay.
specialty, though, is it not?
Well, I mean that would fall under perception. I'm assuming.
Or investigative skills.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. And you guys have those things. So just
And
we'll start as normal. We'll go from left to right. So Bill, GOP, Tower, Lady.
Okay, so I knock it down to a CR2.
Okay. 6 or higher.
I rolled an 18.
Oh, nice. Exceptional success. So let's go to GOP next.
okay, so I have the ability encouragement. So while you maintain this ability through ongoing inspiring oration, blah blah blah. But essentially, I can ease one of the following tasks: defense, tasks, attacks, but also tasks related to any skill that you are trained or specialized in.
Oh,
So,
sweet.
so everyone gets at least 2 from me,
Oh, okay.
eased,
Nice.
and yeah. So I'm gonna roll that real quick, because I think that's all I have, just the 2.
That's fine. 9 or higher.
All right, I rolled a 12.
Okay. Tower.
Uh,
This is not
I
your
rolled
specialty.
a.
So,
Well,
I
Towers
rolled
locked
an 18.
outside. He was supposed to be
Did he?
on
Huh?
watch. You're supposed to be on watch.
Yeah.
I'm on watch.
well,
Duty,
give me a
so
roll anyway, Tower.
I still rolled an 18. I don't know if it changes any though.
It's exceptional. Lady.
You're welcome.
Now,
The
Lady
best there
actually
ever
does
was,
have
plain
skills
and
in this, I
simple.
think. Oh, that's all. That is true.
Yeah.
Lady.
Yeah. With our training with the specialist skills from the
And
military,
the 2 from him is at least 3, right?
the 2 from him, that's 3. That's Rex at 2. That's a 6, and I rolled a 13.
Sweet. All right. Awesome. Everyone succeeds, especially Bill and Tower. Now, as you guys are tossing these chambers, you find mainly just mundane stuff. However, who had the 18 was Bill, right? Bill and Tower.
yes.
So, Bill, you are in the storage slash bathroom area. And you find that they've created fairly crudely from your point of view a niche in the wall. And you guys know in dealing with this, there's an air gap in these walls where these kind of ancient conduits run. And they've dug into that and they've tried to make it look like it's not there, but it's you found it. And inside there, you find a very small, strong box that's about 10 inches long, about 5 inches tall or deep, and maybe about 8 inches wide. This little strong box, it's black and it is locked with a digital lock.
I'll take it.
Okay. And that's the only thing you guys find in here. Other than that, it's just mundane stuff, which you wouldn't expect to find much from a
Okay. Well,
professional spy, really, would you?
time to clean up our prints and whatnot, and then leave.
Yeah. You guys have done this
Like they're
before.
never there.
I
Recon.
do want to check on one thing. Have each of the beds been used?
Yes.
We missed one then.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Get some DNA.
Ooh.
Get DNA off each one. Look for pubic
Yep.
hairs or whatever.
Yeah. No, so no, that's your thing. You do that and you collect that information and you you'll have to try to get information to compare that to, however, because Hilburn has taken charge of the situation, right? Now, the 2 dead ones at the clinic, you could probably gain that pretty easy, lady. But the dude in
Yes.
custody would be harder. But
Right.
just from your initial analysis, as your with your tricorder, of course, you
Mhm.
find that 2 males, 2 females. So a female is
We're
missing.
missing a female.
Mm, yeah. But anyway, you guys clean up. You guys are professionals, and you head back to where?
Real quick, could she tell if they were mutants or human? This other
Oh,
individual.
this is all human DNA. It's the Hellnicks, dude.
Okay, I was just
They
making sure.
hate mutants, dude. Yeah, they hate mutants. And you always thought it was weird, maybe, to the fact that because psionic ability has grown amongst the human sphere over time, right? But for some reason, the Hellnicks Consortium and other bigoted people, they don't see psionics as being a mutation. Oddly, now you guys are
Well,
coming from a very specific experiment centuries ago. Fair enough, but it is a bit odd that the Hellnicks love to rely on psionic peoples, but yet they don't see that as a mutation. It's odd. Anyway,
it
Dumb.
benefits them, so
yeah,
it's time to report to the legate.
yeah, no, you true, but where are we going back to? Is what I need to know.
not to the house.
The spaceship?
Probably, but I'm
Yeah.
just asking. Yeah.
Yep. We get those
Probably the most
afterburners
secure place.
charged
Okay,
up.
that is the most secure place. Okay, so you guys head back to the Red Hunter. And God, Bill, you need to create a picture for me in a bay, Bill.
You know, hey, Chester, like you could try out that new AI program, the one that creates custom
Chester,
images and
you're in
stuff.
charge of a drawn and quarter fan edition.
Hmm.
Are you asking me to abuse my power, lady?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Yes.
fine. I probably should just change the name on this. I need to go do some adjustments in here. I need to find a mansion. I need to find what was that other guy who we haven't done the kind of the sleazier version of Hilburn? What was his name again?
Oh,
Blackwood, I
Bowman.
think.
Bowman.
Bowman. Yeah, I need to
Bowman,
put
yeah.
Bowman in here too. I need to do some cleaning up, and I'll take care of that. But nevertheless, you guys back on the Red Hunter, and so you do probably need to report to the Legate what's going on. Fair enough. But what are you gonna do with this box?
Lick
That
it?
is going
Mhm.
into our cargo hold, so
Well,
it's no longer
Well, we should probably figure out
emanating,
what.
and then we're going to investigate it.
okay.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, I was always saying GOP. Did I not make it clear that it's something inside?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a
Hmm.
bit weird.
Secure it first,
It's a
then try to open
locked
it.
box.
well, sometimes I forget that I'm a free agent, and I was thinking I have to get the Legate
Well,
permission.
Approval to open it.
Well,
Yeah,
no, that's
but I
that military mindset, right? That's fair enough.
that's
yeah.
That's
true.
fair enough.
Yeah, that's a good
Uh,
point.
but GOP is greedy, so he wants to know what's inside.
Yes, I'm very greedy, guys. I
Super
spent
greedy.
almost all my money on that house.
Let me inspect the lock.
The lady to blow it up.
All right.
Inspect it all
Yeah, this
for
may blow us all
blowing
up.
up.
We're all dead.
Now,
Okay.
Bill and Lady, keep in mind because Lady does have these kind of skills. You're looking at this. This is standard Hellnix security lock. You've seen this many times. You probably cracked many of them. However, they're not easy. This is a CR7 security lock. And these
But we have,
boxes are made of crinonite. Let's see how quickly you can do that, Tower.
yeah.
And they are hard to crack without destroying what's inside. So you kind of got to go through that lock. But like I said, you do have experience with it. So CR7 to get that open.
Oh, wait. I have a crazy idea about
So
this.
do I. Go ahead, you first.
Lady, you can teleport objects, right?
That
She
I
has to
can
be able to
see.
see it, though, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was going to even suggest maybe you could teleport the actual lock mechanism, but
I don't want to destroy the box. I want to keep the box for one of us
okay,
to put stuff in.
fair enough.
Well,
I think it'd be
I
cool.
mean,
If you mess it up, you mess it up. But yeah.
So
now are these combination locks? Are they DNA scanners?
it's a
What am I-
digital lock that it probably would have like an eye scanner or something like that on it, but you can that's why I gave it a CR7. You can get around that with
Yeah.
your skills. That's why I raised it up. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then
Since
I'll
there's
just.
two of us working on it, does that drop it by
By
any
one.
specific
Yes, it does. It
by
does.
one?
Yeah.
Let's see.
Okay.
And we do have the computer skills that
Well, that's what
is
I'm saying. I think Lady
specialized
has
in
the
it.
most skills for this, but I don't know. His engineering comes into play too, so I don't know which
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
you best to do
I'm,
this.
I'm
I can knock
specialized
it.
in
I can knock it
communication.
down 3 with engineering. Some
And one from
specialized.
her, so it brings
Three.
it down to would bring it down to a 3. How about you,
You can
Lady?
cover a 9. I thought you already counted to specialize in computers. Pop, 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 pop,
So
pop,
it's
pop,
3.
Well,
pop.
I have hacking, and I can do that for 2 more.
Oh, well then
How do you
definitely
have
Bill. Let
hacking?
Bill do it. Okay. So
Yeah,
Bill, give me a
you
3 or
do it.
higher.
I'm scanning it anyway.
19.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. You not only do you
Exceptional skill.
able to get around it, you're able to reprogram it and put your own password in.
Well,
Hee
here's
hee.
your box, Mercedes.
There you go. So you have a box that is completely under your control. Inside the box, you find a USB stick, basically. and you find a kind of it's a computer, but it's like a record keeping computer, like something you can use it as a video camera. You can use it as an audio device. It's an information gathering device, and you also see a finger with a ring on it.
Well, we should
Cool.
probably test the DNA on that to see if it matches our Jane Doe.
Okay, it does not.
Okay. Well, there's a
Well,
thought.
and now I need to crack these two pieces of tech, as well
Yeah.
as
Can
determine.
I?
We'll just include that in the entire roll. They're not
All
as
right.
hard anyway, Bill.
Okay.
That lock is the real security point. And on the data stick, it's full of information, and the data recorder. It's basically them going around photographing and recording lots of people here at Wormwood Base. And they've just been gathering intel on the people. There particularly is a large amount of data on Bowman and Hilburn, particularly, and you guys are even in there, but
Of course we
just
are.
Oh,
just cursory. There's no particular information, just simply that you exist. So they weren't aware of you, actually.
the finger.
Yes,
Can I look and see if maybe there's an inscription on the ring?
you can.
Or will it?
It is a golden ring, and it's like 24 karat type of gold. There are some rubies and some emeralds placed in the entire circumference of the ring. And there are all kind of strange little writings on the outside. The inside, there is no inscription, but you GOP, instantly recognize all those little inscriptions are that ancient language
Mm.
which you now can understand.
So is this an artifact?
It might well be.
It's also another thing of repository of data, right?
You
Or
don't
You
no?
don't know
really.
what it is. You have no idea. However, I will give GOP particularly, just give me a roll and roll really high.
Okay. Well, I'm not adding anything to it. I'm just rolling. Okay.
Yeah, just
Oh,
roll.
High
16.
is like a 4 or higher, right?
No,
Well,
Yeah.
I rolled.
16. Now, GOP,
Whoa.
you
Mhm.
you remember during the combat situation, and you're looking at the finger, and it is we will use Bill's term, swarthy. Okay.
Yeah.
That the Arab was missing a finger.
Oh, so it matches his DNA. Okay.
Well, no, it doesn't.
Oh, oh. So this. Okay. Well, I'm not putting this thing on because I don't know what it does, and there's probably a reason why the finger got cut off.
Well, that brings up
Um.
a question. Now that you have the ring off the finger and you're looking at it, you lady rechecks the DNA. It is him.
Uh-huh.
But when it was on,
Oh.
it wasn't him.
What
It
the fuck?
quotes the person's DNA.
Well, it might change other things about him, about the character. Well, here's another question: was the skin tone any different on the finger?
No.
Okay, and the finger didn't look like it changed at all, besides the DNA.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just seeing if it was
What
like
I
about
something
its
want to
that.
scan. I
RNA?
want to scan the ring too with my little
Good question.
tripod.
Did it
Um,
change the mitochondria?
the ring, when you scan the ring tells you it is a ringtail monkey from Madagascar.
Oh,
It's a ringtail monkey from Madagascar.
well, thank you for that information. I don't know what I can do with that. Um,
And she does it
what?
again. This time it's an alien, and she does it again. Every time it comes back something
It
weird.
changes to something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun thing to have, I guess.
Okay. Um. Well, it'll take me a little bit of time. Maybe I can figure out what it is. I do have a +2 to any magic rolls, so yeah,
Yeah, we'll
that'll
deal with
be
that next time. We'll deal with
yeah.
that next time. Let's finish up today by speaking to the legate.
Mhm.
So you guys have gathered some information. You understand basically what they were doing. It doesn't look like there any information you have. You could analyze it deeper, I suppose, but just looking at it in a cursory, these guys were sent here to gather information on this base.
Hmm.
And it's all Faustian, by the way.
Hmm.
There's no specific Hellnicks. We know that they're connected. We know that, but it's all Faustian information. It's all Faustian text file headlines and all that kind of stuff. The only reason you know there's any kind of Hellnicks consortium connection is because of Lady's deep, very successful deep scan of the Arab, and that the fact that he's actually from the Hellnicks, just attached to the Faustians. So that's the only connection you have with Hellnicks directly is that. However, we're going to talk to the legate now. So yeah, let's do that. You're able to get in touch with him via Samadhi as usual. And he did have some time to talk to you, and you had to wait a little bit, but he does come on the screen, and he says, well, let me see who I got. Cole, right? Yeah. Cole has said there was a bit of an incident at your housewarming there, Maximus Aurelius.
We fucked up.
Okay, well, usually they talk to Bill because he's the ranking officer guy, but uh,
Well, he just spoke to
yes,
you, right?
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
said that directly.
I look over at Tower like, please let me handle this, and
Yeah,
yes, it appears we have some Faust and Helnick's spies here.
Yes.
Uh,
we had. They're dead now, sir.
well,
Oh
not
no, we still got one on
all of
list.
them.
Oh.
I'm going to look through the cameras to see if I can find who the missing person is, but
Which will
two are
take
dead.
time. Yeah.
Yes, two are dead. One is in custody, and one we don't know the whereabouts of.
Well, I mean, I don't think we'd be surprised that the Faustians were there. They are on planet, and of course
I hate
we're there.
Faustian.
Um, yes,
Archie Bear.
we will relay any all the information we've gathered from what we found. We found where they were residing, and we also found some of their records. So, of course, that will be shared with the agency.
Oh, very good. Just take that through Cole.
We're playing Archie Bear.
um. Yes. So
The cyber
the
system. Fixing to wrap up.
you're familiar with Hilburn, the individual who is essentially in charge here.
Yes, the mayor.
Yes. Um, he has his suspicions about who we work for. We didn't tell him, but uh, he would like to know if we are members of the agency, and we want to know if we had permission to share that information.
Hmm.
Possibly make with him specifically, it would possibly make it easier for us to operate here.
He brings up a screen, and this guy, it is Hilburn, and you can see it's his Legionnaire information. His name is Bernard Hilburn, and he formerly was a centurion with some high number legion, and so he was a very high-ranking fellow that retired about 10 years ago. And you see his age. He's a lot older than he looked. He's like 62, right? So he didn't look that old to you. And you see his information, commendations. Of course, to become a centurion, he has several of those. Uh, he was a good soldier. But so there's nothing particularly standing out other than the fact that he did climb the ranks, although he is human. so he had no restrictions. But Leggett says that we do need operations to move there smoothly. He looks over at the quartermaster and he says, "What do you think?"
I think he has ice in his veins. He's a legionnaire. I think he still is. Until, but I'm not 100% that he just not.
Well, he asks you, is he simply suspicious that you are part of the agency, or does he know?
I think he finds it very, very. I think he's pretty sure we're agency. He knows the Legion well enough to know. Only because of our by identifying other spies. I think is what tipped him off. But
Yes, we don't want trouble with that. GOP, give me a well, just give me a roll and don't roll a 1, I guess.
Okie dokie. Oh, it's a 5. Oh, that's
That's wonderful. All right, he says, I give you permission to simply let him know that you are agency and nothing more, and that he needs to keep that information tight. Looking at his record, I think that won't be a problem.
all right. Well, I give him a little bow. Is there anything else that needs to be discussed, or?
No, I don't think so. Cole will take care of all interactions, although I don't want Cole interacting with Hilburn at all. You will be the point of contact for that.
That's quite all right on my end.
All right. So he's satisfied with that, and that's that. Okay. So perfect timing here. I will say that just to kind of set it up for next week, you do take some time. You guys are going to have to go talk to Hilburn. Lady's going to have to go down to the hospital and gather some, be stealthy and gather some information, but she's certainly capable of that. We'll cover that all next week. The only thing I will throw on here for the end of the show is that you are looking through the files, GOP. Because you do have the access directly to it, looking for who the fourth person was, and it doesn't take you very long. It is a rather short lady. I mean, like 4'10". She's very little, and she is of Latin persuasion.
Is she thick?
No, she's quite scrawny, actually.
So here's my question.
Fabulous.
Since I was going around the party, so I saw everybody.
hmm
Do I recognize this person? Was she at the party?
Not that you recall. No.
She was
Okay.
probably one of the people you hired to work the party.
Well, I would remember if I hired this person, like just from a social perspective. I remember faces.
No, you didn't. You
So-
don't have. You
Might
didn't. You have no
anyone
recollection of
indirectly
her at all.
killed?
And we'll pick that up
Okay.
next week, though. We'll pick that
All
up
right.
next week because that's another lead. So we have Lady having to go to the hospital to gather DNA. We have to find out where and what this lady is doing, and we have to talk to Hilburn. Okay.
Okay.
And keep in mind, Hilburn does have a one of their members in custody. So, all right. So, any questions? Any other questions for today?
You have
No.
a great day.
So that would be no.
no,
I don't believe.
Sure.
There's any more questions?
Art wants to know what the hell's going on here. We're playing D&D, dude. Well, we're not playing D&D, but we're playing D&D, dude.
Cyber system.
Yeah, Art, you should do art for us. You should art our characters up because you're Art T Bear.
Yeah, I'm a
Woohoo.
hairy, short person.
Mhm.
Well,
You
not
can't
that short.
afford Art T-Bear.
We can't afford
No,
Artie
that's
Bear. No,
true.
we
Wait,
can't.
he's living in Texas now, right?
that
I'm
is
a fellow
fair.
Texan. You're Texan now.
Uh,
You got to work out for me.
well, you know what we really need is art to draw me as Superman. That's what we need. That's a
That is true.
necessity. Yeah.
You
Here's what
as a Superman, you
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Don't have
Chester,
the money for it,
Kryp-
sweetie.
I am Chet L. Kryptonian.
Chester, I can help you with that. All you have to do is make an episode
Uh-huh.
where the purpose of the drawn and quartered is to draw you as Superman.
Once
From
again,
Earth.
you guys want me to abuse my power. I don't do those.
Yes.
Superman from
Nice to
Earth
see you, Art, though.
969.
Yeah.
That'll be your subscriber. Your permanent subscriber count will be yours. The multiverse number.
That's
right?
true. That is true. Yeah, that is true. But welcome everybody. But we are leaving and finishing up for today. So thank you all very much. It was fun. It is interesting how this campaign moves along. But I like I said, I'm liking it. It's much more realistic. This is not a type of campaign I think I've ever played before.
Yeah.
It's interesting. It's different. So cool. But
We make it
nevertheless.
different.
Well, we do, and I'm enjoying it. It's quite different, and we have all kinds of things we can do, and we'll continue with it.
I want to. I really would like to see how a player incursion goes before we actually do one.
well,
I think
Is
I
that
did one.
that's up
do
to
you
you
understand
guys.
that?
That's your
Mhm.
decisions.
I mean, I don't know how it would go. I mean, what steps has to be done? Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, you just do
We
the
can
same
talk
thing
about
I
You have
do, but from your point of view.
Yeah.
So, and I can stop you if I want, but probably I won't.
probably not.
Yeah, because I'm
It
pretty.
depends.
Well, I'm very laissez-faire about such things, aren't I? And I'm using that in the colloquial way.
I should have used that because I didn't want to terminate that guy. I should have thrown an experience point in.
You probably actually could have.
Yeah, I think
that
so.
would have
How
been
the
No, I
smart to do
agree.
that.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
of course, I didn't think about it till
Yep.
an hour and a half later. So it's
Fair.
too late now.
That's true. But keep in mind, tomorrow we're off, of course. We'll see you in 2 days for Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Edition. I'm not sure what we're doing, but GOP is not GOP. Rabbit is back, and I'm pretty sure they have something set up. But keep in mind, I just host that show. I'm not in charge of any of those kind of things.
You have the
I think
power.
you guys are doing
You have the power.
Heroes of the Imperium. That
Are
was the
we?
talk.
Yeah, there you go. There we go. I know that
No.
there was talk of a redesign for the show's logo and stuff. So maybe they'll do that. That could be
Oh.
interesting. Maybe we'll get Jiminy Cricket in. Doxing. Jiminy Cricket. He's an amazing artist, lady. But
I
Jiminy,
know, but he's been doing.
his actual job is creating logos for businesses and stuff. That's what he
Yeah.
actually does. He's a professional at that. So
you're trying to get him to work for you free? Is that
yes. Well,
You're
it's
the
not
one
for
saying
me.
that.
Well,
you could be abusing your power.
well, see, that's
Yeah.
different though, because they're doing that for themselves, not for me. You see?
No, oh yeah,
Yeah.
them for themselves.
Yeah, because it's
That
not my show.
on your channel.
Yeah.
No,
Shut up. All right.
Heroes
Anyway,
of the Imperium.
we'll
That's
s-
my payoff.
That's right.
Heroes of the
Me
Imperium.
help you, help me.
Exactly. All right, guys. We'll
course.
see you in 2 days. Thank you very much, and later.
Bye bye.
Right here.
2 days? What?
Yeah, but he doesn't do nothing on Wednesday night.
Oh,
No, the day after tomorrow. 2 days.
you're talking channel wise. I'm just dumb.
Outro. Shh.